Hey, yo. We are Hudson and Bauer. And we're here to hopefully convince you to help us save our Sockers. Right, guys? Yeah! All right.
We on TV?
You betcha.
We're not on TV very
A
much.
strange thing, isn't it?
We don't have faces for TV.
we
have faces for radio.
What we do have is 2,200 season ticket holders so far. We are looking tonight to meet a goal of 4,000 ticket holders for the next season that the Sockers are going to be participating in.
Yeah, and
when
they
will
go
for number 10.
That's right. What is that going to be? The second one for the thumb, right? Second for the thumb. All you have to do is call. The numbers that you'll see on the screen is 258-6910. 258-6910. You call that number and you make the pledge for your season tickets.
Right.
All right? And you just make the pledge. It's so easy because you don't need any money.
No.
You know, it's just a pledge.
We take that MasterCard, Discover card, cash or check for 258-6910. Save the Sockers. We've got a bunch of Sockers here answering the phones who will talk with you personally about your coming season ticket. And we've got Ron Newman coming up in just a moment to talk with Randy Hahn.
Right now, we're going to swing over to Randy Hahn and see what Randy's got. Here's the voice of the Sockers, Randy Hahn.
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you. And welcome to our Save the Sockers Telethon. Isn't it incredible that the brilliant minds in broadcast management have somehow managed to miss the opportunity to hire all these wonderful-looking and sounding radio people who are here tonight, and many of us making our first television appearances a long time tonight. It's absolutely mind-boggling that we're all not major television stars in the market, but so it goes. Right, guys?
Amazing.
Amazing. Amazing.
All right.
Anyway, we've got lots of exciting things planned for you here tonight on the San Diego Cable Sports Network. First of all, we want to thank the people down here for making all of this possible, to give us an opportunity to get to you and talk to you about how important this drive is to save our San Diego Sockers. And we're going to have some of the great San Diego Sockers from the past and present with us live here in the studio tonight. We're going to be talking to people, some of the real old guys like Volkmar Gross and Gene Wilrich and Ralph Black, who was now with the Tacoma Stars, and the Double Deuce, Triple E, the one and only Julie B. will be right here in the studio with us as well. We'll be reminiscing and reflecting back on some of the great years with the San Diego Sockers in the past, some of the great championship years over the 9 seasons that the Sockers have won championships in the 11 years that they've been around. And we also have some great videotape to show you as well. We've got the highlight films from the past. We've got some of the funny outtake stuff. Remember One for the Thumb, the video the Sockers did when the Chicago Bears won the Super Bowl that year? We're going to show you that as well. But what this is all about is you calling us right here and pledging your support to the San Diego Sockers to save our Sockers here in San Diego. Let's go to Roy Robertson now at the phone bank. Roy?
To be the public address announcer for the San Diego Sockers in the 1990-91 season, and a great season it was, the 9th, as Randy and Mac and Joe have already alluded to, and the only man to possess all 9 championship rings, head coach Ron Newman here with us tonight, and we're off to a great start on the Cable Sports Network. I know you want to give them your thanks personally for hosting us here tonight.
Well, it's right. We couldn't do it without their help. I mean, they've been so good to us as KFMB has been good to us, and everybody has been so good to us ever since we started this campaign. Roy, I've been inundated with help, and it's been very encouraging because I couldn't believe that San Diego would ever want to lose us, and now I'm feeling that's true.
And the one thing, of course, that's going to make this work tonight is you. You pick up the phone right now. You call us at 258-6910. This is where we want to see all the action tonight. As you can see, all the San Diego Sockers from championship season number 9, and all the ones behind us, too, that have also played in previous seasons. These are the guys you got to keep busy on the phone banks tonight. Victor Noguera, Rod Castro, Jim Gabara. Over here, we got Benny Collins, Juan Hermez right here, who's drinking coffee tonight, this incredibly hot studio for some reason. Let's do it, San Diego. Pick up the phones. 258-6910 is the number to call tonight. Now back to H&B.
All right. I've been called worse than that. All right. Well, I just alluded to it a minute ago. We have some great pictures to show you here tonight as we reflect back on some of the great San Diego Sockers accomplishments over the past, and there have been so many 9 championships in the last 11 years. Back in 1985-86, the Sockers were going for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The one for the thumb. And what the Sockers decided to do was put a videotape together. This was the same year, of course, that Jim McMahon and the Chicago Bears put together the Super Bowl Shuffle. You remember that, 1985-86. Well, the Sockers decided to do their own videotape, too. Somewhat different budget than McMahon and the Bears had to work with, but we had a lot of fun putting it together. Maybe you remember it from 1986, One for the Thumb. And can these guys dance?
75 degrees and another beautiful day in America's finest city, but it's a busy one out in traffic. Let's check with Steve Springer in Air Watch 1. Steve?
Well, Randy, it is an absolutely horrendous day in traffic. Interstate 8 westbound is backed up starting in La Mesa, bumper to bumper all the way down to the sports arena. It seems a lot of people are on their way to that big game tonight.
Hey, San Diego, what's got you down? Do you need a winning team for a winning town? Then there's one thing I know for sure. A Sockers game is a miracle cure. Come on, sports fans, don't be glum. We've got the team that's #1. If you're down and feeling blue, ask Dr. Coker what to do.
Take this tonight and call me in the morning, cause you want more, they have it for me.
We're the Sockers, gold and blue. World championships are nothing new. We won 1, 2, 3, and 4. But we're not done, we want some more. More rings to show that we're the best. For one more is all that's left. So come and join us in the fun. We're gonna get one for the thumb.
Double deuce and triple E. He's the one and only Julie V. He'll use his head, he'll use his feet. There's no defender that he can't beat.
In fact, I beat them like a drum. I'm gonna get one for the thumb.
Folks come and go, but never fear. Captain Wilrich is still here. The other players look to Gene to orchestrate this symphony.
This going always goes to sleep, and I can touch them with my feet.
Unbelievable. Number 20 does it all. His shots take off like cannonballs. Over hill and over dale is how he'll hit the title trail.
I won't let my teammates down. They'll ride the Bronco to the crown.
We're the Sockers, you're the fans. We use our feet, you use your hands. Together we can have some fun. We're gonna get one for the thumb.
Sometimes the ref makes things real hard when he whips out his little car. But we really come alive when we're out there 4 on 5. So take a shot, we dare you to. No goal patrol won't let it through. And if they do, it's still no use. Our goalies take so much abuse. But it's their job, and they take pride that all the goals go in on the other side. Yeah.
I take care of all these lads when they're good and when they're bad. One for the thumb would be so nice. Hey lads, why don't we do it twice?
Yeah, all right, coach. We love this game. We love this town. We've got the greatest fans around. But there's a battle to be won. So the future is bright for everyone. Reach out your hand. You can't refuse. With a team like this, how can we lose?
Cause we're the Sockers, gold and blue. World championships are nothing new. We won 1, 2, 3, and 4. But we're not done. We want some more. More rings to show that we're the best. For one more is all that's left. So come and join us in the fun. We're gonna get one for the thumb.
1986, the San Diego Sockers and One for the Thumb, and of course they did win One for the Thumb. I guess that was the championship against the Minnesota Strikers, one of the most exciting in Sockers history, when they were down 3-1 and rallied back to win it in a 7th game and collected just another championship. I'm Randy Hahn. This is our Save the Sockers Telethon here on the San Diego's Cable Sports Network, and I am with, of course, Sockers head coach Ron Newman. Call us right now. We have lines open at 258-6910, looking for your pledges for season tickets tonight. Just $25 will nail down a seat for you for next season to save our Sockers. Ron, let's talk a little bit about just this past year with the San Diego Sockers. Another incredible season for you guys. A 9th championship in the last 10 years, 9 out of 11 that you've been in existence. You know, some of us who've been around long enough say, well, gosh, just another championship. It really is so remarkable, and I guess it probably surprises you each and every time that you do it.
Well, it does, Randy. I think this year we felt that St. Louis and Cleveland were both teams capable of taking the championship away from us and would have been worthy champions. But somehow we managed to get past both of them. I think the miracle this year was that at no time, all the way through the championships, did we ever sit on the edge. No time could we ever been eliminated. We won both rounds, as you know. 4 games to 2 and then 4 games to 1, wasn't it? Or vice versa. But whatever it was, we never had a game. We never had a game where we could have been eliminated until the final game. Even the final game, we couldn't be eliminated. We always had 1 game left in which we could have, if we'd have had a bad game, we could have bounced back and won the championship anyway. That, for me, was a miracle in itself.
Ron, probably what's most remarkable about anything is the fact that through the 9 championships, you have had so many different players. It hasn't just been always Julie V or always Bronco Segota. You have had, gosh, you just go through the rosters over the years, starting in 81, 82 when you won your first NASL championship. There's nobody left from that team anymore, yet you keep winning. What's the key?
Well, if we look back at all the great teams of the world, Liverpool and people like that, you know, it takes a long time to build up that system, but that system is passed on. And the young players that come in inherit it from the other players. And because we've had a gradual turnover, and we didn't start with a brand new team each year, but the gradual turnover, it meant the older players passed on their knowledge, they passed on their system to the younger players, and then of course those players dropped out, and then the younger players become the older players, and they in turn passed it on. And so this gradual turnover of players, really, we stayed with the same ideas, the same system, the same rhythm, and the standards set in those early days by the Sockers of the great players have been inherited by the young players that we had last year, which I think was one of the youngest players, if not the youngest players in the league, the youngest team in the league.
Ron, I know you're not the world's biggest basketball fan, but last night, I don't know if you had a chance at all to watch any of the NBA championship final. Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls won their first championship. It took their franchise 25 years to accomplish that, and it was a very emotional time for Jordan and the rest of his players. They were in tears, and having been in the situation of a dressing room where a championship celebration has taken place, I could relate a little bit to what they felt. And I suppose you can too. It takes so much to win a championship.
But there's nothing like it. There's always a chance to be eliminated. And I like to tell the fans, Randy, that whenever we go into a championship series, whenever we go into a season, we never believe that we're going to win another one. We never really think that it's going to continue. We always felt that, hey, the bubble can't continue. The bubble's going to burst. You know, when we won 3 and we went to 4 and then went to 5. Hey, we can't win 6, and we won 6, and well, that's the end of it. It can't continue. And last year was no different. You know, we'd won 8, and I remember having a photograph taken with all my trophies. That I thought, well, I must have something to show my grandchildren that this is how many trophies we actually won. Now that photograph is out of date. I've got to put another trophy in there. It's just mind-boggling, really, to me. And I think one of the best things we have when we win championships is when we win a first championship for some of the players. Some of the players won their first championships this year. And that is a lot of fun, because the first one is probably the neatest.
You bet. All right, we're with San Diego Sockers head coach Ron Newman. This is the Save Our Sockers Telethon. You can hear the phones in the background. Please give us a call at 258-6910. We want to save our Sockers right here tonight. $25 will get you the deposit on a season ticket for next year. Let's go back to the tote board and to Roy Robertson. Roy? Oh, no, to Mac and Joe. Sorry, guys.
Over to us, Randy. Thank you. We're working hard.
Hiya, Randy.
Over here as the telethon continues. Let's take a look at the tote board here.
You're working so hard.
I don't take a look at the tote board right
We're
now.
making some progress.
Getting up there.
We started out with 2,200 season tickets sold. We're up to 2,300 right now. That's a pretty good start, but we still need a batch more if we're going to make 4,000 by the end of this 3-hour telethon. Let's see who Jacques has been talking to tonight.
Seriously, we do only have 3 hours. 3 hours to do this. Not a lot of time. Even though there are a lot of phones, you got to keep them ringing.
Roseanne Schmersel.
Hey, Roseanne. All right.
Harry Franklin.
Hey, Harry.
Joe Locke.
Joe, great name.
And Jerry Wood.
Jerry.
All are going for season tickets for next season.
You see the number on the screen, so just dial that number up. You can
Amy
use
Freddick. All right,
Amy.
Way to go.
Remember, you can use MasterCharge, you can use Visa, your Discovery card, cash. If anybody has cash, it's a novel idea. You might think about it.
Right.
And if you don't have anything at all, you might have by the time you come to pay for these.
Exactly.
Call in and pledge. The economy is going to get better.
It certainly is.
You know.
And you will, by then, be able to help save our Sockers. That's what the whole thing is about tonight.
Please call.
Numbers are 258-6910. 258-6910. You see it on your screen. Give us a call. Pledge to support the Sockers in the coming season as they go for number 10. 10 championships. Nobody else in our town has been this successful ever with a sports franchise.
It's America's finest soccer team in America's finest city.
All it needs to do is fill the seats.
Yeah, we go together, and filling the seats shouldn't be that difficult. We talked about this a couple of weeks ago on the radio, on 760 on your AM dial,
right.
KFMB, and talked about with $20 a month for 3 years for 3,000 people would pay for, you know, $1.5 million, $1.8 million, matter of fact.
Build a new sports arena.
Yeah, but we can get a few more people than that tonight. We can do it in 3 hours if you just call. You got to call 258-6910, and it's, you know, it's hot in here. You know what? We're going to let you in a secret a little bit later on too about this studio. I know you've seen telethons before, but this was going to be the first telethon that's going to let you in on a telethon secret.
Reveal behind the scenes.
Yes, they don't know that yet, but
There have
that's
been
coming up.
Great championship years for the San Diego Sockers. Let's go to Randy Hahn and a review of that 1989 championship.
All right, thank you, gentlemen. And indeed, as we promised, we have lots of exciting video to show you tonight. I've already shown you one for the thumb, the alleged Sockers dance music video from a few years ago. I don't know how good they were on their feet for that, but they were certainly good on their feet in 1989 when they won another championship in the Major Soccer League. Let's go back and reflect and reminisce a little bit with the 1989 San Diego Sockers championship highlight video. Don't hear anything. Oh, I know, there's a volume thing. I've been cranking that. Yeah, it's not doing anything. I hear zero. Now into Karachi, gets by Mike Sweeney. He's got to break down the right side. Shoots and it's blocked. Rebound to Segura, scores! And Fernandez does have a fine left foot. Here's Quinn, in on goal, shoots, scores! It's 4-1! Nurse that sore ankle back to health, and now they're pulling out all the stops to the blast. Whitman getting back. Chance in front. Here's Jungle. Scores! It's 5-1! And? Okay.
to Thompson, up in the air. Nogueira's got it. Knocked away from him by Thompson, but no. Whitman getting back. Chance in front. Here's Jungle score! It's 5-1!
It's the last one, maybe last one in my career, and maybe it's going to be one of the sweetest. He could do it this year, so he's going to get...
Well, that was the 1989 championship video, and here in 1991, we have some progress to report. We're at 2,350 season ticket pledges. Let's hear it, everybody. All right. 2350 and climbing here on the San Diego Cable Sports Network as we really this hour kick off our Save the Soccer's Telethon here on the Cable Sports Network. I'm Randy Hahn, and we're glad you're with us here on this Thursday night. Very important evening for soccer fans throughout Southern California as we endeavor to boost that season ticket level here as the Sockers look forward to heading into the 1991-1992 Major Soccer League season. We have lots of phones open. Our phone line right now at 258-6910, 258-6910, and just a $25 pledge will get you a season seat for next year at the San Diego Sports Arena. Let's go back to the phone banks now, and Roy Robertson standing by with some of our operators. Roy?
Thank you, Randy. Yeah, as you mentioned, 2350, which is just a terrific start in the first couple of minutes of this telethon, but we still have plenty of seats for you. The number again, 258-6910. And I'll tell you, it's better than expected here just in the first 15, 20 minutes of the telethon. The phones have not stopped. In fact, we have one more phone than we have players here in this front row. So that's off the hook for the time being, but every time you call, you will get one of the players to pick up the phone and talk to you and process your order. We would like to thank Cindy Davis of Mira Mesa. She came through with a deposit for 4 tickets, 2 for adults, 2 for juniors. Again, we're asking just the $25 tonight. $25 for the deposit. The Sockers will be in contact with you over the summer, and we will get the balance of the payment from you. Again, thanks to Cindy Davis. Hal Grimstead of Encinitas. He's in for 4 tickets in the 1991-92 season, and we appreciate your call, Hal. Thank you very much. You're going to have a great time at the games this coming fall. John Pressler of National City. He's good for 2 season tickets. We also have Paula Curnow of Solana Beach. We heard from her this morning at KFMB Radio, where we did an event where people were coming up to the KFMB Radio studios on Engineer Road in Kearney Mesa, and they were pledging money which will go toward the KFMB Corner for Kids, which you will see next year at the Sockers games. We took the money. We collected about $3,500, and that will be distributed to the people in charities, kids charities throughout San Diego County in the coming season. So that'll be the KFMB Corner for Kids. You'll see that at the games this year. And we were very happy to get everybody coming by and calling up on the phones, KFMB Radio, your official radio station, for the Save Our Sockers campaign. So we thank everybody that came down or called us today. And thanks again to all these people that we're hearing from a second time today. The support in San Diego for your Sockers is just incredible. Mark Schroeder of San Diego making a pledge for 2 season tickets. Wayne Morrison of San Diego for 8 season tickets. And Randy Meyer of Poway, 2 season tickets. Like I say, these guys are busy. Has this worked out great, Cutter? Can you believe the response you're getting here?
It's working very good and very fast.
Very fast. And look at this. As soon as one of these phones gets put back on the hook, they're ringing again, and they're fighting for it. Waddy, let me interrupt you for just a second. Who are you talking to there?
I'm talking to Sky Hoffman. And he just called to pledge for 2 season tickets, and, you know, he said, we got to make it happen.
And we are making it happen thanks to you tonight, San Diego. 258-6910. That's our phone number. We do have operators standing by. And we'd like to encourage you to call now. Pick up the phone. They're all busy behind us. You can see Victor Noguera, Rod Castro. We got Jim Gabarra here. We got Benny Collins right here, the Championship Series MVP. He's waiting for your call, as we all are. 258-6910. Once again, over to Randy Hahn.
All right, thank you, Roy. I am Randy Hahn, back here in our San Diego Cable Sports Network studios. It's Save Our Soccers, 258-6910, and as Royce told you, we have lots of phones available and some lines open right now. And I'm joined right now by the gentleman who's helped in large part to make this responsible here tonight, Bob McGran, the president of the San Diego Cable Sports Network. Thank you very much, Bob, for giving the Soccers this airtime to put this season ticket drive together here tonight. I know first and foremost you are a big San Diego Soccers fan. I think you and I go back with the team almost as far as anybody.
Well, I go back to 1982, and I think this is one of the more exciting teams in town. It's just a delight on part of the San Diego Cable Sports Network and all the cable operators, which is really why this is being able to be televised throughout San Diego. We're delighted to be able to participate, and we're going to make it happen tonight. If we make it happen, we'll have the Soccers here hopefully for a long time.
What initially caught your eye about the sport when you first became a fan?
I didn't know anything about soccer, Randy, when I first went out and saw indoor soccer, and I was captivated by the speed of the game, by the finesse of the game, by the excitement of it, and it just, to me, it was one of the more exciting athletic events that I'd ever seen, and I said, this has got to be something where a lot of people are going to want to watch it, and unfortunately that has not been the case, and I think it's going to take a while before it really becomes a national sport, but ultimately I really believe it will.
You're in the television business, and indoor soccer is a great TV sport. The San Diego Cable Sports Network has experimented with pay-per-view with the Soccers in the past. Of course, you broadcast a number of the championship playoff games this year and the championship finale at the San Diego Sports Arena against the Cleveland Crunch, and I know that you got a lot of response from the fans initially when you were talking about putting it on, and then once you did, I know you got a lot of people very excited about the fact that it was televised.
Absolutely. We got a lot of very nice mail and great telephone calls for people who were really appreciative of the fact that we put it on and it didn't charge anybody for it. And frankly, I think the Soccers can stand all of the exposure that they can possibly get in San Diego. And we as cable operators were just delighted to make portions of our channel available so that people in San Diego could see the championship team from Cleveland and then see the replays of the games here, especially the championship game, which was about as exciting as anything I've seen in a long time.
We're with Bob McGran, the president of the San Diego Cable Sports Network, here on our Save Our Soccers telethon. Bob, you're in the mainstream of the business community here in San Diego and in Southern California. Of course, the business community is very important to professional sports. The Chargers and Padres rely heavily on the business community for season ticket base, etc. And so, too, do the Soccers. What's the business climate in San Diego right now, and is it conducive to a relationship with the Soccers?
I think it's very conducive with a relationship with the Soccers, and I think it's even more conducive to a relationship with other teams. We're taking a look at National League Hockey and National Basketball Association teams. And I think as those teams get more and more interested in San Diego, they're going to find that there's a business community that will really support them. And what I mean by support them is support them in terms of season ticket participation, in terms of ultimately buying skyboxes and things like that, where you can entertain customers and advertisers and employees and things of that nature. I see San Diego as just busting out all over in the next 5 to 10 years in terms of our ability to be able to support major league teams such as basketball and hockey, as well as obviously supporting the Soccers.
Bob, before I let you go, I know you have somewhat of an announcement to make right now.
Well, we're delighted not only to be part of this, but I want to do two things. First of all, I want to buy 50 season tickets tonight. And what we're going to do with those 50 season tickets, we're going to donate those to needy organizations. But what I would really like to do is I would like to send out a challenge to all the cable television companies in San Diego. I'd like to have the general managers or the presidents of those cable television companies come up and match what I'm doing tonight. We're going to buy 50 tickets, and I'd like to see the people from Daniels, the people from Southwestern or Jones or Dimension Cable, give us a call. Let's have your commitment to buy a block of tickets so we can give to some needy people or to whatever organizations you want to give them to. But above all, call and let's make the San Diego Sockers continue to be a viable entity inside of San Diego.
Bob McCran, thank you. That was a very generous gesture. You've been very kind to the Sockers, and we appreciate the airtime to be able to put on this Save Our Sockers telethon tonight, and we'll see you at the Sports Arena next fall.
I can hardly wait, Randy. Thank you for the great work that you're doing as usual.
All right, thank you. Bob McCran, the president of the San Diego Cable Sports Network. Well, he's pledged 50 season tickets for next season on behalf of his organization and challenged other cable operators around the county to do just that. And that's boosted our tote board. Let's go back there and check what our level's at. Gentlemen?
All right, Randy. Thank you, Randy. Thank you, Bob.
Thank you, Bob, very, very much.
We are up now to 2,300 and
all right.
Yeah. Still have a way to go.
Yeah, keep
to
the
make
phones ringing.
4,000. That is our goal for season tickets. Now, we have a payment plan, 3 easy payments with your credit card. You just give us the number, no problem. We also accept, goodness knows, checks and cash. Gold bullion, for that matter.
Animals. No
Probably.
animals. No animals, please. No animals, please. And we are getting ready to dance. I changed this. I want when this thing is over.
You are looking good,
after the
bro.
3 hours. Thank you. After the 3 hours, and we reach that 4,000. I know we will. I'm going to be ready to do the soccer slide. We're going to have James Brown's going to call and say, tell me those steps. I got to know them. Because we're going to be moving. Look, I can't stop. I can't stop me.
No,
Stop
yes,
me,
you
Huck.
can.
Stop me. Okay.
Please stop.
Hey, thank you, Michael Diaz from Chula Vista. Made a pledge, all right, for season tickets. Also, Veronica and Kevin Springfield from La Mesa. God bless you. All right, keep it going. Doug Sinan from San Diego. Thank you, Doug. John F. Holmes from San Diego also. We keep the phones ringing. It's 258-6910. You can see it there on the screen.
Can we get a camera around here to see the Sockers taking calls? Can we do that?
I'll bet.
Let's see who Ketter is talking with. Ketter.
Who is this? 7. And what is your name, please? I'm talking with Michael.
You're talking with Michael?
Yes, Michael. He's talking with Michael.
Hey, if you can spell Ketter, call right now, ask for Ketter. If you can spell it, okay, then
let's see
we
who Watt has got on the phone.
First, who are you talking with? Give me the first one.
Talking to everybody.
You got to be able to spell it.
Keep them coming. Yeah. You want to talk with the Sockers? We've got them here answering the phones tonight, taking your pledges for the coming season as the Sockers go for number 10.
Hey, and thank you, Yoshindo Shibuya from Bonita.
All right.
Right here. That's I think I pronounced that right, too. I've been taking lessons, you know, in pronunciation.
Calls here. David Neffen from Cardiff. Philip Smith from Spring Valley.
Smith. No, those are easy names.
Dan Doran from San Diego. John Goebel from San Diego. Kerry Ogata from San Diego.
That was a little tough. Good for you.
There we go. These are folks who have put down a pledge for the coming season with the San Diego Sockers. Save the Sockers right now by calling 258-6910.
That's what this is all about. Save Our Sockers, SOS. All you have to do is call the number on the screen, as Mike said, 258-6910, and we're home free. We can do it. We can do it. We still got a little ways to go, quite a bit of a ways to go, but we got time, so let's do it. Right now, back to Randy Hahn.
All right, thanks, guys. Good job over there at the tote board. Really high-tech setup we have over there, isn't it? They've got their crayons. They're getting ready to color in the next section. All right, as we promised, we have some special guests for you throughout the evening, which we're kind of hot scotching around the country, getting in touch with tonight on the telephone. And let's go live to the phones now. And a San Diego Soccer veteran of 4 seasons. He won 3 championships here. You remember him as the Mad Dog, and he was number 2, a defender here, and played last season with the St. Louis Storm. And I think that's another one of the teams the Sockers beat. Brian Schmetzer joining us on the telephone this evening. Good evening, Brian. Hello, Brian. Well, we're evidently experiencing some technical problems, unable to talk to Brian Schmetzer right now. We'll try and get that sorted out and get everything fixed around, and so that we can talk to these people on the telephone and share some of the memories and reflect back on some of the great moments of the Sockers in the past, and also talk about what's to come in the future. Let's go back and check at the tote board again with Mac and Joe. Guys?
Sure. We're your buddies. We'll be happy to give you a call.
Hey, Mark Friedman, thank you very much. Mark made a pledge for season tickets for next year. Robert Hout thank you very much as well. We got Bill Taylor, too, from Encinitas. All right, first call in from Encinitas.
Stephen Haynes, the French pastry shop in La Jolla, has anteed up Aaron Fletcher from San Diego, and Brian Urquhart, Carlsbad, Cam Davis from San Diego.
Peter Mallory from Rancho Santa Fe. Okay. Dean Billings, San Diego. Getting calls from all over the place. That's great. John Zamble as well. Just call in right now. And remember, you can use MasterCharge, Visa, a promise. That's what it is. It's, if you do have cash, that's wonderful. But we haven't run across anybody in years with cash. But,
obviously, we're not going to be able to thank each and every one of you by name, but we do thank you personally for helping to save the Sockers. The Sockers are a real boon to San Diego as a community. If you like soccer, you're seeing a great team in action here every time you go out and visit the Sockers.
All right, let's go over to the telephones right now and see what's going on.
With Cookie Chainsaw Randolph.
Well, thank you very much, Mac and Joe, and I must say that's an absolutely lovely outfit, and Joe's, so is yours, big fella. Oh, my. Well, hello again, everybody. The number is 258-6910. And over at KGB, I got a letter a couple of days ago, and it was entitled, Dear Cookie. I'd like to read it to you, if I may. It says, Dear Cookie, I'm a very avid supporter of the Sockers. I want to ask you for help in saving our Sockers. Every city wants a championship team, and we've got the most ideal franchise, the Sockers. Their 9 championships are unparalleled by any other sports franchise in the country. It's a dynasty that cannot be compared with any shape or form. All I ask of you is that you please possibly air my view on your sports segments and help me ask for support from this city. Maybe with your help and others, we can keep this dynasty where it belongs. After all, what's America's finest city without America's finest soccer franchise? Sincerely, Janet Batista. And when I walked into the building, I discovered that Janet is here tonight. Janet, come on over. Super soccer fan. Let's have a hand for Janet. How long have you been a soccer fan?
It's going on 5 years now.
5 years now. That would include 4 out of 5 championships?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, what compelled you to write this letter?
Well, I saw the situation that the Sockers were in and felt that it was almost my obligation as a fan to at least help give my views as a fan and to do as much as I can. Yeah.
How many soccer games do you attend each year?
I'd say in the past 4 years I've probably missed 2 or 3 games.
Out of what, about 20, 25 a year now? Would you recommend this as a good family entertainment? How excited do you get when you go to soccer games?
I get very excited. I've been known to bruise myself on bars before.
Bruise yourself on the bars while rooting for the Sockers?
Yes, it gets very exciting, and I do recommend it to anybody interested in a...
So not only is it a great championship, you can indulge yourself in some self-inflicted contusions as well. So it's very exciting. Janet Batista, very, very excellent, and congratulations. And thank you for writing this letter. I'm sure you pass it around to a lot of the media folks, and due to your efforts, I'm sure that we can somehow break through this 4,000 barrier and keep the Sockers in San Diego, don't you think?
Yes, I hope so.
All right, Janet, thank you very much, and congratulations for being a super fan. Janet Batista, ladies and gentlemen. All right, thank you so much for coming down. All right, Janet does point out 9 championships in 10 years, and I did some looking up in my little sports facts book, and yes, the Yankees won 7 out of 10. The Celtics won 9 out of 10, but that's basketball, so it doesn't count. UCLA won 8 out of 10. NFL Steelers, the best they could do was 4 championships in 10 years, so the Sockers have it locked up. The only sports franchise that even compares is communism, which has dominated Soviet Russia from 1917 through 1990. That's 73 consecutive years of championships for them. And right now I'd like to turn it over and perhaps interview one of the Sockers, Ketter, Paul Wright. Let's talk to Juan Hermes. Get up here. Waddy, what's going on, big fella?
Buddy Cookie, how you doing?
I'm doing outstanding. And Wad, this was probably your best year individually, and certainly one of the biggest surprises for the Sockers as well. Tell us how you felt individually and as a team this year.
Well, wait a minute. Let me get on the chair first so I can feel as tall as you.
Well, let me put some padding on my thighs so I can have as thick of thighs as you.
Well, it was a long season for us. It was really hard work. You know, a lot of new players, but we managed to get them to fit with the system that we have, and you know, with the coaching that we have, and with the hard work and the desire to win another championship for San Diego. We did it this year.
Wad, one of your trademarks, or perhaps your real trade, beyond being a great soccer player and a great kicker, is jumping up on the plexiglass after you score a goal. How did that originate?
Well, I don't know. It's just when I started playing in the early 80s, I just scored a goal, and I felt like I should celebrate my goal with the fans. And I did it, and they respond to it, and it's been a trademark for that, and I just love doing it. I can't wait to score a goal so I can jump on the glass and give these people high fives. And how can we, I mean, we're going to really miss that if we don't have this team here in town. How else we're going to do it? I'm not going to be jumping on the glass in the street, so we got to keep this team here in town.
So not only does he score goals, he does do windows. Wad Hermans, congratulations. And we expect to be back in the sports arena next year watching you and the rest of the game.
Thank you very much, Cookie.
All right. Now we're going to send it back to Randy Hahn, the voice of the Sockers. Hello, Randy, big fella.
Thanks, Chainsaw. We got another guy around town, Hacksaw, but tonight it's Chainsaw. Agree, disagree. Anyway, I'm Randy Hahn. This is the Save Our Sockers Telethon here on the San Diego Cable Sports Network. We have phone lines open right now at 258-6910, 258-6910, and just $25 will get you a season ticket for next year, a deposit. We're going to try and go back to the phones now and check in with Brian Schmetzer again, who's been holding. I certainly hope he didn't call collect. Hello, Brian.
Hi, Randy. How are you?
I'm good. I think we finally got you. Thanks for joining us here tonight. Where are you calling us from?
Well, you guys actually called me, but I'm calling from Seattle, my off-season home in Seattle up here.
Well, of course, that's where they grow Schmetzers up there, isn't it?
That's right. Walter's here, but Andy's still back in Cleveland. I think he's still nursing a pulled hamstring or something that he got in the finals.
All three of the Schmetzers are still playing, right?
Yep, we're all there.
How are you guys holding up? I know you were banged up a little bit in this past season.
Well, I had another shoulder surgery, which was unfortunate. I got an injury right in the end of the year. It didn't stop me from playing, but Andy and Walter, they're still young, you know. They're still healthy. They should be around for a few more years.
Well, Brian, you spent this past season with the St. Louis Storm. Tell us about that experience and how it compared to your time in San Diego.
Well, it's hard to compare any time with the time that I had in San Diego, because my wife and I really enjoyed our 4 years down there. But I think if you're asking me professionally, I think we had a real good team. You know, we had ex-Sockers Fernando, we had Zoli, and then we had my friend Preki from Tacoma. And so we had a real good team, and we felt we had a good shot at, you know, giving you guys some trouble. But, you know, as it happened, the better team won out, and, you know, you guys are champions again.
Brian, your crowds in St. Louis really picked up. I know at the start of the season things were a little slow, but as you guys won and got successful and got into the playoffs, you started to bring some of that excitement back into the St. Louis arena that was there 6-7 years ago when they averaged 17,000 fans a game.
Yeah, well, you know, the Sockers fans might be accustomed to winning all the time, but the St. Louis fans sure weren't. So when we started winning, you know, they came out in numbers. In our last regular season home game, we had over 15,000 people. So it was a big improvement from the start of the season.
Brian, talk about some of your fondest memories with San Diego.
Well, probably the fondest, I was listening to Ron Newman there a little bit, was the first championship that we won, 84-85, was a very, very good feeling for me. I had, you know, just gotten down there as my first year with the team, and I felt I contributed as much as I could, and, you know, made some really good friends down there. So that first year was really something special.
Well, Brian, what do you plan for next season? Back with St. Louis?
Yes, as it stands now, Don Popovic and I have been talking, and, you know, kind of Ron's nemesis, and we've been talking back and forth, and it looks like I'll be going back to St. Louis for the next season.
All right, Brian. Well, I know the fans here in San Diego enjoy watching you play, even though you're in a St. Louis uniform now, and we think often of the great times and your championships here, seasons here in San Diego. Have a great summer up in the great Northwest, and thanks for being with us tonight.
Okay, Randy, thank you. And good luck to you guys down there.
All right, thank you. Brian Schmetzer, former San Diego Sockers defender, now with the St. Louis Storm, joining us live from Seattle as we continue along here on our Save the Sockers telethon here on the San Diego Cable Sports Network. And as you can see, a lot of the phones are busy, but we do have some lines open. Call us at 258-6910. We take Visa, MasterCard, Discover Card, cash, or check. And just $25 commitment will nail down a season ticket for you for next year in the San Diego Sports Arena, as the Sockers will try and make it 10 championships, of course just coming off their 9th championship season not more than about a month ago. Well, one thing seems to be a constant throughout all the championship seasons, the 9 in 11 years. The Sockers have only ever had one indoor coach. He's the winningest coach in the history of American professional soccer. And he is, of course, Ron Newman, who we visited with here just a little bit ago and who's on the phone taking some of your calls right now. PM Magazine, the popular program on KFMB Channel 8, several years ago did a feature on Ron Newman, the coach of the San Diego Sockers. Let's look back on that now.
The four-time champion San Diego Sockers, a team that totally dominates the sport of indoor soccer, a team that seems to be unstoppable, with players that are unbeatable, and a coach that is invincible. Ron Newman.
Cha-cha! Look at this, Hugo! Push it, son!
In 18 years as a coach in the United States, Ron Newman has chalked up over 400 victories and has been named Coach of the Year 4 different times. It seems now that his Sockers are just a few victories away from a 5th consecutive indoor soccer title, their 3rd in the MISL. But despite being the winningest coach in American soccer, he doesn't consider himself a true coach.
I call him here coach, but really I'm more of a team manager. I think that because I do more coaching than coaching. You know, when they get to this level, they know how to play.
They certainly do. Each year, the Sockers break record after record in almost every statistic. At home, they are virtually unstoppable. And in the playoffs, they are a perfect 25-0 in the sports arena. And some of the players give a lot of credit to Newman.
The man has a great ability to mold players within each other.
He's one of the best coaches in the league. You know, his record tells you that, so he knows what he's doing. Other coaches I've had some coaches who ran the team like that. I mean, he's not like that. He takes out the best out of everybody, which I think is what a coach is supposed to do.
On the power play when we were switching, you ran right into the space which is going to go to Branco. Don't run into that corner.
Just when I came in?
Yeah. No, you know when we were on the power play, I'm going to tell you. Stay with him, Waddy. That's the way, lad. That's the way, Waddy. Go on, Waddy. Keep going. Go on, Waddy. Go on, Waddy! Dear, oh dear, Waddy! That was the one!
If you've got any ailments, any problems, you can forget about them during the game because it's better than aspirin. It's you're just completely concentrating on everything that's happening out there. I'm totally immersed in the game.
Oh, look at this idiot! You stupid man!
To say Ron Newman is a controversial coach would be an understatement. He's been very verbal to referees on calls he feels are bad, and other coaches have accused him of trying to run the score up on games that are already won, an accusation Newman says is totally untrue.
Once the game is won, then you're preparing yourself for the next game. And these dead zones, or dead periods as I call them, when the and this time that's left in the game, it should be used and to prepare yourself for the next game. And if we need to work on a certain strategy, then we should use it because we're trying to improve our team.
Although the games are the best way for the team to work on their strategies, practices keep the players sharp on their skills.
You have to give them a rest here, because they're going to die.
But once the season is in full swing, the practices are less tedious and more fun, so the players don't get bored and dried out.
Because I want them to practice, and I want them to look forward to the practices, enjoy the practice, because when the games come, then we have to be really serious.
But off the field, things aren't so serious. The Sockers have come out with a music video called One for the Thumb, symbolizing the team's hopes for winning a 5th championship ring this year. And even the coach had a part.
I just barely had a speaking part. And luckily, when I was dancing, they didn't show the feet, so that got me away from any embarrassment.
I take care of all these lads when they're good and when they're bad. One for the thumb would be so nice. Hey, lads, why don't we do it twice?
Yeah, all right, Coach.
And after the Sockers win One for the Thumb, what does the future hold for Ron Newman?
Maybe if they ever have a Hall of Fame, I'll be part of that because I've put a lot of effort into the game in this country, and I don't want to be very far from the game. I know that. And, so I don't really have any plans. It's just keep winning as long as I can.
And with the way the Sockers play, winning could last for a very long time.
Ron Newman, the winningest coach in the history of American professional soccer, the only coach the Sockers have ever had. So instrumental in their success over the years and really very instrumental in what we're doing here tonight. Ron has done a lot of work behind the scenes to get this together and to help save our Sockers. Our number here is 258-6910. 258-6910. We have Sockers standing by to take your calls and take your pledges for season tickets for the 1991-92 Major Soccer League season, when we look forward to seeing the San Diego Sockers back in the sports arena. We take Visa, we take MasterCard, we just take Discover Card, we take cash, we take check. Heck, we'll take your firstborn. We'll take it tonight, though, and make sure that you get a season ticket for next year. Our tote board, or our sockometer, I guess as we could call it, is climbing. Let's go back and check in with Mac and Joe, guys.
Thank you, Randy. Sockometer. I like this.
The sockometer. And he'll take anything. You hear that? He says, take anything. Let's look at the tote board right now here and see what we got going.
We're almost up at our first level. Almost at 2,500.
All right, and we're almost done with our first hour. So, you know, we've got to keep crawling along, only we'd like to do a little more than a crawl. We'd like to start doing some really moving along. So keep those phones ringing right now. One of the secrets of a telethon, if you've watched a lot of telethons, it looks like you're in this enormous studio, you know, or there's other people in other studios someplace. Hey, look it over here. Now, there's the phone bank. Can you follow me right over here? See where it is? See how close it is? You see this? You want to know this? Now, you want to know where Randy Hahn is? Come here. Come on over. Follow me. Follow me right here. Look at this. Follow me. There's Randy Hahn. Right there. Randy Hahn. Right. And the people are sitting right over there. People are right over there. We can't make it turn right, but we got a whole big audience, you know, and they're right over there, too. Look at audience, scream, holler. See? Right? Can't see. Where's the camera? See, they're right over here. Now what? See? I'm right here. See, I'm right here right now. See? I think I could have gotten here if it was way across town? Of course not. You know, it's right. So now, going back over here, now you know just exactly how big this studio is. You think it's easy with all these warm bodies in a little place like this? This is not an easy job.
We are sparing no small expense, Bub.
Right.
To pull this baby off, to save the Sockers. Alex Johnson from the La Jolla Soccer League just made a 2-ticket season ticket purchase, and he challenges other members of the La Jolla Soccer League to match or beat his 2 season seats.
All right, let's do it. And thank you, Manuel George from San Diego. Signed up, made a pledge for season tickets. That's what we're doing tonight. Call now, make your pledge.
I think.
No, I think it's George. It isn't Jorge. It's George.
Okay, whatever you want.
George, call George, and would you tell him my partner?
It's a kid from Minnesota. Forgive him.
All right, George is from Minnesota. I know the guy.
Eric Millman, William Lay, both from San Diego. Here's John Baptista from San Diego, who's picked up 3 season seats.
Hey, way to go, John. We know John.
Jerry Zamora. Phil Zamora from Escondido.
Phil Zamora.
Dave Rudy.
5 minutes.
Buys 3 seats. 5 go to Robert Bushman from San Diego.
MJ Enterprises from San Diego. Bought 2 season tickets. Way to go. 2 season ticket seats. Bob Lindseth. All right, did I get that right? Lindseth. Or is it Ind? Oh, Indseth. Sure it's not Jindeseth? Larry Welter from Chula Vista. 2 season tickets.
You can take the boy out of St. Paul, but you can't take St. Paul out of the boy.
There went all of my
Ed Heyer, thank you, from La Mesa, my hometown. David Decato, Poway. Darvish Kutai from Carlsbad. Sharice Wilson, thank you. Sheila and Anais Armstead from Oceanside have pledged $100. Here's another $100 from Earl and Jody Honan up in Rancho Santa Fe. And Steve and Robin Carpenter from Escondido. Dr. Craig Smith from Del Mar, $100 pledge for the coming season.
Don't forget, 258-6910. That's 258-6910. Use your Visa, MasterCard, Discover Card, check. Yes, we'll take your checks. And, of course, cash, too. Just call. You don't have to have the money right now. You know, this is a pledge. You know, we would like to have the money in the 3 payments, of course, but you got a little bit of time, you know. So go ahead and call, and let's save our Sockers. SOS tonight. Save our Sockers.
Coming up, the Hudson and Bauer Singers, who have been inspired to song. Thank you, Abby Chamberlain from Carlsbad and Kathleen Sumrall from Alpine, who pledged $200 towards season tickets for the coming season with the Sockers.
Okay, we're going to roll over to Glenn Erath, the Hudson and Bauer Singers. Now, keep it going. You got a couple of hours yet. God bless you.
And
God bless the Sockers.
That we love you.
And now, here is Glenn Erath, our Hudson and Bauer Singers.
Yes, here we are with the Sockettes. The Sockettes. Wonderful. You know, New York has the Rockettes. We have the Sockettes. Is it true I hear the Sockers are cleaning out their lockers unless they find a buyer? No, it can't be so. Oh, don't listen to reporters. The Sockers have supporters because their equipment manager told me so. But let's stop all of the kidding and open up the bidding. Come on, Mac and Joe. Yeah, that's great. Oh, they need a hefty offer, so open up your coffers and dig down deep. Don't you be so cheap. All we need 6,000 donors, $10 a month loaners, gets you a soccer shirt and a front row seat. We'll do it for country. We'll do it for God. We'll do it for what? Spend your wad on a wad, blow some dough on a crow. We can do it if we all chip in. Give $1 to Fowler, and don't forget, give a penny to Brian Quinn. Oh, the team is down all around, a bunch of real sad dudes. I saw them out on Rosecrans wearing signs, I will corner kick for food. How about a cakewalk? How about a car wash? How about an all-night telethon? How about serving soccer cookies door to door? Oh, come on, we'll help you run. We'll do it for country. We'll do it for God. We'll do it for what? How about entertainment discount books? We've got to save this team. How about a multi-level marketing plan? How about a soccer's timeshare scheme? How about a kegger on Fiesta Island? A $6 a beer beach bash. And if that doesn't work, we'll stop people at the airport and hit them up for cash. We'll do it for country. We'll do it for God. Everybody, we'll do it for what? Thank you to the Sockettes. Thank you.
All right, Glenn Erath, thank you very much for that rousing rendition of, I guess we'll do it for what? This is the Save Our Sockers Telethon here on the San Diego Cable Sports Network, and we're taking your calls right now at 258-6910. And we have lots of phones for you here, lots of players standing by to take your calls and take your pledges for season tickets for the 1991-92 Major Soccer League season. And let's go back over the phone bank now and check in what's going on.
Oh,
Thank you, Randy. Sorry, I didn't know we were on there. Making it up as we go. What we have for you here is a nice Rod Castro plaque. And I'll tell you what, here's the deal here. We have Jeff Bishop, the soccer man, who's a very strong supporter of the San Diego Sockers. Has been for years. Youth soccer in general, all the soccer programs through the years, through his time in San Diego, coaching, owning his Soccer Man shops. Maybe you're familiar with those if your kids get equipment from the Soccer Man. He has donated $1,000 tonight, and he is challenging other businessmen within the community to call up with a pledge of $1,000. And I'll see if I can straighten this out and hold it for the camera for you here. This is a Rod Castro plaque. And to the first person that can call us with a pledge of $1,000 or 10 season tickets, we're going to give you this for the wall in your business. So call us now. 258-6910 is the phone number of this Rod Castro plaque coming to you if you can contribute to us $1,000 or make a pledge for 10 season tickets. Now, I'll tell you, if I can get rid of this here, I will read the names of some of the people that have called up in the first hour here for us tonight, and we appreciate their contributions. We have Eric Hetzel of Santee. He's come through with a couple of season ticket donations. Daryl Stoner of Vista with 5. He's called in with 5 season ticket deposits for us tonight. And again, the phone lines are open. They're going to be open until 9 o'clock tonight. We need people to call in for individual season tickets, and like Jeff Bishop did, we also want to hear from the business community in San Diego, because we know through the years you have supported the San Diego Sockers. We've appreciated your support in the past. We want to hear from you tonight. Instead of taking your clients out to the golf course or taking some of your employees out to the golf course, why not take them to a soccer game or a couple of soccer games or 20 soccer games? That's what you're getting tonight, is the 20-game full season ticket package for a minimum donation tonight of $25 with the rest of the summer to pay off the balance. Now, let me try and get some more names in here, because we want to thank you very much individually and on TV on the Cable Sports Network for calling us up tonight. He said, turning the page. I can't even pronounce this one, so we'll just keep going past that. Tony Ambellis of San Diego has called up with a pledge for 2 season tickets. Made his deposit tonight. You can do the same. Again, it's a cash, check, credit card, whatever you want to do. 258-6910. It's been my pleasure this year to be the public address announcer of the Sockers, to introduce your 8-time world champions. We want to move on and make it your 9-time world champions and get down there in the first week of November and introduce them as such. So let's get to the phone, San Diego. Support your Sockers. You're doing a great job. 258-6910. Now, once again, over to Randy Hahn.
All right, thank you, Roy. Well, we've been sharing some of the great video memories of the past with you so far tonight here on the Save Our Sockers Telethon. There's so many poignant moments in the history of this franchise that bring back memories. You may remember where you were when a certain thing happened, or when a great goal was scored, or a certain incident occurred. We're going to look back on an incident now that wasn't one of the most pleasant, especially for Hugo Perez, the former San Diego Soccer midfielder who's now with the U.S. national team. And by the way, we hope to join Hugo a little later on on the telephone. He's in Chicago getting ready to play a big game on Sunday. I want to look back on a video piece from just a couple of years ago when Hugo, you may recall, was headbutted by Dave Hagen, then of the Wichita Wings. We call this one Who's in Charge?
Who's Wichita?
He did a 2-minute tackle on him, right? He just tackled him, it wasn't 2 minutes. Then Hogan came up to him, and Hugo stood up, just stood, and then Hogan just headbutted him for a goal pass and ran the bench and went down. That's what happened.
Four. Did anybody else take a swing?
Julie might get it.
Well, he's too far off.
Yeah, he's coming back.
Well, they're going to look for the doctor.
There's I get back to the ball play then.
The merciless. Yeah, I'm going to see what's going on here. Yeah. I've got to find out what's going on first.
2 minutes for tripping. Julie B. A red card.
What? 2 minutes for Hugo was already called before. Then we got 2 minutes for clear bench. Right. And that's it. They got 2 minutes.
He just said red card for Julie.
Shoot us out, shoot us out.
Yeah, he just said.
Okay, shoot us out. But we don't have to cover in 5 minute penalty. 5 minutes to get put down? No, we don't save it.
Oh, you do it 2 minutes.
We have to throw it down. 4 against 3. We're playing short.
So it's a power play. Power play, go with 1, 2, 3, 4. Go with that 4, Hugo's out. On the, wait, they have 4 against 4, our 4, isn't it? We got 4, they got 3. Oh, yeah, because Hugo's gone. Okay, no, I thought we had the 4. They got the 4.
So we're a man short.
We got, yeah, man short, 4 against 3. Because they play 5 minutes.
So go with George, okay?
Who's changing with me now?
I've got to find something. Got 2.
Is Hugo gone for repairs?
Yeah, he's had to go for repairs.
Okay, so somebody...
He's going in for him.
Hugo, okay, so
don't want someone...
Ball will come out.
Okay, so
yeah, so now we have another man for the bench clearance.
Okay, Rafi, go for the bench clearance, would you?
You want me to win the bench?
For the bench clearance, yeah.
Let me know when I'm going to change me.
Oh, well. Gus! George! There's 2 in there, Paul and you. You're doing the bench. He's doing Hugo. He's doing Hugo. They do. They got 1. Yeah. So, no. The benches cancel out.
5 minutes cancel out.
Well, no, the benches don't cancel. We've both got to put a man in for the benches. They've got a man in. We got a man in. Then we got a man in for Hugo. Now, I've got to find the team. Hold on. Now the 4 versus. We're down here. This group's off. So Jacques will be in for.
You're with George.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you, why don't we just... Yeah, Jack. Well, why don't we just put Gus for George, huh? You want to go defensive? Yeah, but we need a backup for him.
To change between, you mean?
Yeah.
Slide.
Jack. I'm with George. Yeah, on this 4 versus 3, let Gus go, eh? Okay. He'll let him change with George just on this one. Okay. Defensively, of course. Hold. Silly, cut the door! Well done, Kevin. Oh, George, you're unlucky there, son. Come out. It's even, Stevens. I've got to get the lines up. Okay. Jack and Paul. Rafi and Branco.
Oh, okay, don't go in because...
Branco. Okay, Rafi go up front with you. All right?
Okay.
Rafi, you go up there. Pre-season fresh players. Right? No, we're all right. Okay. Let's get some fresh players in here. Let's get some fresh... Are they?
Well, I'll give you an idea of some of the things that go on down on the bench at a soccer game. That was called Who's in Charge. After watching that, I'm not really sure who is in charge. Ron Newman's supposed to be in charge. His assistant coach at that time, Johan Arnio, there didn't appear to be in charge either, so maybe Ron's wife, Olive Newman, is in charge. At least that's what she tells me anyway. Right now, I'm in charge, and I'm telling you that some of our phones are quiet here, and we need you to call us right now. 258-6910. 258-6910. We've got some soccer standing by to take your phone calls. Some of the greats from the past are here. Lawrence Hilkus, Julie V. They're on the phone banks. George Katakalitis is here. Siri Palomora is here. And they're all waiting to take your phone calls and to take your $25 pledges for season tickets for this coming MSL season. You may have heard in the news that the season has been cut back from 52 to 40 games. That is exactly right. So it's a 20-game home schedule. It fits really nicely into the league's plan to play most of the games on the weekend. So if you have youngsters that like to go out to the games and it's kind of tough to take them out on a Wednesday or a Thursday night, a school night, you're not really going to have to worry about that with your season tickets next season because most of the games are going to be on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, and there's going to be some great action at the San Diego Sports Arena. Again, 258-6910. We now have a new total on our sockometer. Let's go back to Joe at the tote board. Joe?
Okay, there it is. You see it right there. 2,500, 2,000. There it is. Now it's got to go further, of course, but we used up almost a whole Markham pen on that baby. We'd like to go through about 10 or 12 Markham pens before the night is over. So call that number, 258-6910. All right. And by the way, Warren Haviland responded to the La Jolla Soccer League Challenge and has purchased 2 season tickets and challenges other La Jolla Soccer League members to call right now. All right, also, Mark Friedman from San Diego, thank you, bought 2 tickets, 2 season tickets. So keep calling. Call that number, 258-6910. And you can use your MasterCharge, your Visa, your check, you know, or cash if you happen to have it. CMC Ice Company from San Diego bought 10 season tickets. All right, good. Bregman, Eleanor and Richard Bregman, there we go. Bought 10 season tickets. That's superb. All right, Hans Kram from La Mesa bought 4 of them. That is also great. You know, this is tough on TV. These other people make this television look easy. You know, I've been doing radio for 20 years. In radio, you know, you don't have to have people looking at you. You can scratch places, and people can't hear that. You know, you can grab your face, and nobody knows. But this is tough. Here, Jesse Pettit, San Diego. 2 of them. There's Ron Newman, the man whose lips I read in that last video. Shame on you, Coach. You don't have to be a lip-reading expert to know what you were saying. All right, Gerald Leggett, San Diego, 2 season tickets. All right, call right now and talk to Ron Newman. Tell him you want him, you know, ask him what he said in that last video. See if he'll tell you. 258-6910, that's the number to call. You see Ketter up there behind. Now, we had a little contest earlier to see if anybody could spell Ketter. Now you know how it's spelled, you know, just like it sounds. 258-6910. Give it a call right now. Visa, MasterCard, Discover Card, cash, check. You know, call in. And remember, you don't have to pay right away. You're going to have 3 installments for this, all right? Okay, there we go. We got 2,500 season ticket holders. Let's get some more. Back to Randy Hahn.
All right, thank you, Joe. And that total continues to move along, and we're on the downside now on our way to, what, 3,000? And hopefully back on the upside to 3,500. Who knows? Maybe we can hit the target of 4,000 right here tonight, and the Sockers will be all set for next season heading into the 1991-92 campaign. As promised, we're going to have many special guests tonight. Some of you who have already called may have called in your pledge and had one of the players answer the phone only to discover that it was Julie V. or Lawrence Hilkes or Eric Geyer, the assistant coach and former player with the Sockers. These players and individuals are all here. Ralph Wilhelms, remember him? He's here. Some of the Sockers from this past season are here. Ben Collins is here. The MVP, Victor Noguera, is here. And they'll take an opportunity to not only take your pledge, but chat with you a little bit and talk soccer with you for just a moment or so. Of course, we want to move through the calls and get as many pledges as we can here tonight as we shoot for our goal of 4,000 here on this Thursday night. Thanks for all your support so far, but let's keep those phones going. 258-6910. All it takes is $25. That'll get you your down payment on season tickets for next year. We're going to go back out to the phones now to Kansas City, Missouri. And joining us live is another one of the San Diego Sockers greats. Boy, he had some great championship seasons here in goal for the Sockers. For a time sharing it with Alan Mayer. Then he was the man. And then sharing it with Victor Noguera. Now he's with the Kansas City Comets, and he joins us live tonight. Jim Gorsuch. Good evening, Jim.
Good evening, Randy.
How you doing?
Not bad. Staying alive.
Now, you're with the Kansas City Comets now. I know you make your off-season home in the Pacific Northwest in the Oregon area, but are you a full-timer in Kansas City now? Have you made the move permanently?
No, my permanent home is San Diego. I still got my house there, and I plan on moving back there when my soccer career is done. But right now, I'm just staying back here, and I'm doing soccer clinics in the off-season.
Well, Jim, I guess we got to thank you and the Kansas City Comets because you guys took Cleveland to the limit and beat them up a little bit and softened them up a little bit for the Sockers in the finals. That was a great series you had with them going to 7 games.
Yeah, with a little luck and a few less injuries that we had in the semifinals, we could have been playing San Diego, and I think it would have been a great series.
Jimmy, what kind of year was it for the Comets overall, and how are you enjoying the experience playing in Kansas City now as opposed to here in Southern California?
The intensity here is a lot less. You just go out there and you play the game, where with San Diego, you were out there and the atmosphere there is success breeds success. They really haven't received success here too well. They're still building, and if they can ever make it to the finals, that would be a real feather in their hat. That's their goal, is to make it to the finals, hopefully win the championship next year.
Jimmy, you got some exciting players there, not the least of which is Jan Goossens. We know late in the season he was going to undergo surgery. I understand he's had an operation. Is he looking good for next year?
He underwent surgery for a torn cartilage. They repaired it. They scraped his bones a little. He's still a little tender, but he's out doing soccer camps with us as well, so we hope to have him back next year.
Well, Jim, there's a lot of your ex-teammates here and friends of yours. Julie Villa's here. He was just asking me if you been busy chopping down any trees lately. You were the lumberjack here, weren't you? Wasn't that your nickname coming out of Portland?
They had a few nicknames for me there. Brian Quinn named me the lumberjack, and it kind of stuck. And I had a great time playing with San Diego. I played with some great players: Julie V, Brian Quinn, Gert Wieserkowski, Otmar Gross, Alan Mayer, and needless to say, probably one of the greatest players in the world in his time, Kaz Dana, the late Kaz Dana. Them guys taught me the game of indoor like no one else could. I guess I kind of owe my game to them today, to the guys that I played with.
We're talking with former Sockers goalie Jim Gorsuch, who's now with the Kansas City Comets. Jim, I was trying to think what would be your highlight as a San Diego Socker, and I have to think that year when you guys went into the Minneapolis Metrodome Arena there and were down 3 games to 1 and battled back, and then won the championship at home in his 7th game, and you had such an outstanding final 7th game. That has to perhaps rank as a career highlight for you.
No, that was a big game, but just any game playing with San Diego Sockers was a big game in the finals. You just got to go back and think, I just consider myself very lucky to play with the guys that I played with, because they were all great players. When it comes down to it, they're still the class of the league, and everyone's looking to bump them off. And I just hope San Diego sticks around, because that's my goal now, is to knock off San Diego and prove that we can become a dynasty here in Kansas City.
All right, Jim. Well, thanks very much for joining us on the Save Our Sockers Telethon tonight, live from Kansas City, and we wish you best luck and look forward to seeing you with the Comets back here in the sports arena next year.
Thank you, Randy.
All right, Jim Gorsuch joining us live from Kansas City. Great to hear all these names and listen to the voices again and reflect back on some of the great seasons. Let's go back to the phone bank now and check in with Roy Robertson. Roy?
Thank you, Randy. Once again, you were talking to Jim Gorsuch there, talking about his former teammates, and there are a lot of them right here in this row in front of me. This is where all the action is tonight, and we are ready for more. 258-6910 is the phone number. To my left over here, to your right, we have Jacques Ladouceur, Julie V, who we'll be talking to a little bit later, George Katakalitis, 3-time champion with San Diego Sockers and twice with the New York Cosmos, and Paul Wright here, who, of course, is on the 1990-91 squad. You want to talk to these guys? We got them for you tonight. Over here, we got Rod Castro, Victor Noguera, all the teams represented here tonight. Maybe not all through all 9 championship seasons, but whoever we could drag in here for tonight, they were more than welcome to be dragged in to help out with the effort, which is to get you to commit some money tonight to say, I've enjoyed the San Diego Sockers in the past, so if you're a fan during the Katakalitis years, during the Julie V years, we want to hear from you tonight at 258-6910. Now, a little bit earlier, we had a challenge from Jeff Bishop, one of San Diego's strongest soccer supporters. He had pledged $1,000 in cash and had challenged other businesses to come up either with $1,000 in cash or a pledge of 10 season tickets. Now, that's exactly what has happened. As a matter of fact, within like 30 seconds of that challenge being issued, and you see this all the time on Telethon, so we'll try and get on a roll as far as the challenges are concerned now. Gene Alley from Stat Pharmaceutical called up. He said, yes, I'll take the 10 season tickets. Give me that nice solid oak plaque with Rod Castro, which comes, by the way, courtesy of McFadden's Woodworks in Santee. So he's got the plaque for his office. You can do the same. Let's get the challenges going. We have others, and we want to let you know about them. Jeff Benish from the Crusaders Soccer. He purchased 5 tickets and challenges all Crusaders to match or beat his pledge. Some of the soccer communities, the Crusaders, the Villa, the Nomads, guys like that, teams like that, organizations like that. These are the people that we need to hear from, and we want you to come up with more than one ticket. If you've got 30 people, 40 people in your organization, organization, certainly those tickets are available. We need your support. We need units of support. We need blocks of support, and we need you to call tonight between now and 9 o'clock tonight. 258-6910 is the phone number. Let's see if we can talk to some of these guys here and hear what's going on the phones. Paul Wright, tell me who you're talking to right now.
What's your name here? Bobby Arm.
Bobby Arm. And how many does Bobby want for tonight?
Bobby wants 2 for his wife. One for him, one for his wife.
Bobby wants 2 season tickets tonight, and you know Paul's going to set him up here. Paul gave me this look over his shoulder about 2 minutes ago like, these phones keep ringing. What the heck is the deal here? Well, we want him to, and he doesn't mind it one little bit. 258-6910 is the phone number to call. If I can, George Katakalitis. Got to get him to work here on the TV instead of on the phones, but you've been pretty busy here. George Katakalitis, huh?
I have Tim Smith on the phone from University City.
And Tim's putting down a deposit for how many tickets tonight?
Putting down for 2 tickets, and he's never been a season ticket holder, but he goes to the games a lot, so this is going to convince him to come to the games.
And of course, there's a lot of people in that situation that have come to the games individually, and maybe they don't know, but you can get a much better deal when you buy the season tickets. That's what we want people to do, to commit to all 20 1991-92 season games, right?
Exactly, and like Tim was saying too, is he was a season ticket holder for the outdoor soccers, so it'd be great to get him in here for the indoor too.
George, of course, a businessman in the San Diego community. We were talking a minute ago. You got a restaurant down in Mission Valley, Greek to Go, that I think you'd probably want to tell the Cable Sports Network viewers about.
Yes, please. If you guys ever feel like great Greek food, we have one in Mira Mesa also on Mira Mesa Boulevard, and we have one in Mission Valley, and it's great. And who knows, next year maybe we'll have another one.
Maybe how about a challenge to everybody who likes a little gyros action, huh? Don't wait till the Del Mar Fair. Head down to Greek to Go. Of course, Del Mar Fair is coming up in a week too, so you can get one up there. But I imagine that's on the menu.
There, it definitely is on the menu.
And business is going well for you.
Going very well. Thank you.
That's great to hear. Get back to Tim on the phone. We want to hear from you, San Diego. 258-6910 is the number to call. We have more pledges. We have Earl Johnson of San Diego, who is committed to take 2 season tickets for 1991-92. Jim Canzaroni of San Diego is going to take a season ticket and be with us in the 91-92 season. Again, this is the message that we want to send to potential new investors that are coming in. You're doing a great job, San Diego. You are showing them that you care about San Diego, that you've supported this team through the years, and will continue to do so. Dolores Thomas of San Diego, 2 season tickets. Thanks, Dolores, for calling tonight. Don Jennings of Chula Vista is going to be joining us. He and a guest. He's bought 2 season tickets, and we'll see him down in November down at the San Diego Sports Arena. Nora Pepper and Pat Brown, both of El Cajon. Sorry, Nora's from La Mesa, so let's give her proper recognition. She's calling for a couple of season tickets. Pat Brown is too. We need to hear from you. Again, 258-6910 is the phone number to call. Julie V is free. Put this man to work. Come on, let's call him right now. Let's get him going. And there he goes. All right, just that easy, right, San Diego? You get to the phones, you call up with that deposit of $25, and the Sockers will contact you regarding the balance of the season ticket purchase sometime over the summer months. You can make it in 3 easy payments if you want to do that. So get to the phones now. Cash, checks, or credit cards. We are waiting for you at 258-6910. Now over to my hero, Mr. Joe Bauer.
To me, throw it to me. Throw it over to me. Thank you, Roy Robertson. Bless you. We are at 2,600 right now. Need to go more, but, you know, that's not bad. That's good. Oh, I'm losing things. All right, keep it up. Keep those phones ringing. Remember the number, 258-6910. Stephen Daly, thank you very much. William Cromwell from Encinitas, way to go. Gail Sharman from San Diego, thank you. Robert Colmer from San Diego, bought 2 of them, 2 season tickets. Kim Bautista and Dave Tweddle, thank you very much. Bought 2 season tickets. All you got to do is call the number, 258-6910. It is that easy to make your pledge. And of course, as you know, we're taking practically any card that you have. It doesn't matter. You read off the number and we'll take the money. Steve Brunner, Save Our Sockers. Thank you, from Lemon Grove. Bill and Dorothy Kukvik. Buy a vowel, Bill and Dorothy, will you? Look at this. K-U-C-K-V-K-C? Or VCK, there's nothing in there. Bought 3 tickets, though. God bless you. All right, Unlimited 4x4 from San Diego. Bought 4 season tickets. Way to go. Steve Vanderberg from San Diego. Keep it running. All right, Kathy Unger from San Diego. Thank you. Steve Vanderberg also bought 2 season tickets. Jerry Wiggins from Alpine. Fabulous. We got Mary Witzel from San Diego also picked up a season ticket. All you got to do is call the number. You know, once again, we're not running out of time, but we're halfway through here. Just about halfway through, and you see we haven't reached half on the tote board yet. So keep calling 258-6910, 258-6910, and Save Our Sockers. Let's go. SOS tonight. Save Our Sockers. Visa, MasterCard, Discover card. Go ahead. You want to use cash? That's fabulous. You know, you got some. Matter of fact, call me at home. I like to meet somebody with cash. All right, keep them calling, keep them rolling. Let's keep the phones ringing. Talk to some of the Sockers, and here is Randy Hahn.
Switching those cameras has really got Joe hopping, doesn't he? He's getting more exercise tonight than he ever gets on the radio. They just sit in a chair and flip a switch and drink coffee nonstop and push phone buttons and stuff like that. So we're really working him out tonight. And
It's easy, huh?
Yeah, this TV isn't easy stuff. This is the Save Our Sockers Telethon. We are live here on this Thursday night throughout San Diego County. We want to thank the San Diego Cable Sports Network for all their support here tonight. And thank you, too. But don't stop now. We have lots of lines open at 258-6910 as we try and reach our goal tonight of 4,000 season tickets to get the Sockers all set up for the 1991-92 Major Soccer League season. Well, we've been looking back and reflecting on some of the great careers of former San Diego Sockers, many of which are still in the league. Now it's time to look at another one. George Fernandez only played here 3 years, but what a popular player he became. He was an unsung hero in a championship series. He was an MVP in a championship series. He was also a Major Soccer League All-Star. Let's look back on the All-Star, George Fernandez, former San Diego Soccer. Okay, evidently that is not the George Fernandez video, and we will get to that in just a moment. In the meantime, I think we have George Fernandez standing by on the telephone. In fact, we do. Hello, George.
Hello, how you doing?
I'm doing good, George. Where are you calling us from tonight?
From my brother-in-law's house. In Barberton, Ohio.
In Ohio. Okay, you played with the Cleveland Crunch this past season, so I assume that's not too far away from Cleveland.
No, it's not.
George, just a great championship series between the San Diego Sockers and the Cleveland Crunch. I think the thing, aside from the soccer standpoint and winning it, that stands out more than anything else is in only your second year, you guys played exceptionally well. You won the Eastern Division after a tough start to the season and really became a competitive franchise and I think reestablished the sport in Ohio.
Yeah, I think, you know, we had a very good team, and, you know, it was, like you said, we had a great team for being in the second year, and I think we should have won, but, you know, you never know.
It really was a battle, and I knew you weren't expecting it to be easy. Of course, having played with this team, you know how resourceful the Sockers can be and have so many ways to get things done. What do you think was the key to the Sockers beating you this year?
I think just their experience and their drive. You know that once they get into the playoffs, you know they seem to turn into a different team, and it's always been like that in the past. You know, just once you get into the playoffs, you know they know what it takes to win, and I think it's just built on years after years of winning the championship.
George, talk to us a little bit about what's happened in Cleveland since the championship series is over. You guys had some great crowds. You drew almost 40,000 people on 3 nights at the Richfield Coliseum in Cleveland. It was so exciting. It was like the good old days. And as I said, I think you guys really reestablished the sport in the Cleveland, Akron, Canton area. What's been the reaction and the season ticket renewal and the talk around Cleveland since the series ended?
Well, we've had great support here, and like you said, we average over 10,000 fans in the playoffs. Right now, our season tickets we're getting, I think we're over like 2,000 or something like that. It's just mind-boggling. Really, we're getting a lot of new people that are calling in for season tickets. The city's really been rallying behind us. Even the mayor is. So it's we're looking real good for next year.
George, let's talk a little bit about your years with the San Diego Sockers. You were only here with 3, but you managed to win a championship in each of the 3. Any particular memory that stands out more than anything else? Would it be the championship MVP game or the year you won Unsung Hero? What stands out the most for you as a San Diego Socker?
I think just the players, you know, and the fans. You know, I grew up with Kevin, and just to play with the Quinnies and you know, and have fun with the young guys like the West Wades and Jock Ladouceur and stuff like that. And plus the fans, you know, they were just great. You know, they were always behind us. They knew the game real well, and you know, they pumped me up. And I'm that type of person. I'm very emotional, and you know, it was just the players and the fans. They really did a good job there.
George, what are your plans for the off season now? You've got a couple of months to rest up.
Well, right now I'm trying to go into business with my brother-in-law in outdoor lighting, and it's looking pretty good right now. And plus, I'm playing some outdoor games against some Dutch team, PSV.
We're playing 3 games in the Ohio area.
All right, George, well, we thank you very much for being with us here tonight on the Save Our Soccer's Telethon on the San Diego Cable Sports Network. It was great seeing you, and you guys really put on a great show with the Cleveland Crunch this year, and we look forward to seeing you in the sports arena again next fall as well.
I appreciate it. I wish you guys good luck, and I'll definitely see you guys next year.
All right, thank you very much. All-star defender George Fernandez joining us from just outside Cleveland, Ohio, where he is now one of the leaders for the Cleveland Crunch, who put on such a great show against the Sockers in the Major Soccer League's Championship Series. Again, our phone number here is 258-6910, 258-6910. Looking over there, I see Ralph Wilhelms and Ben Collins and Wad Hermes. Victor Noguera is standing in front of a phone right now that's not ringing. Let's get those phones ringing. Just $25 will get you a season ticket for next season. At least it will get you reserved at least one seat, and really the pricing this year is so reasonable, and maybe you don't want to go for a season ticket all by yourself. Call a couple of your friends up, pool your money together, buy some season tickets, and then share the tickets throughout the year. That's also a great way to see the San Diego Sockers next year in the Major Soccer League. Well, we promised you a look at George Fernandez and the all-star performance of George. Let's check that video now of George Fernandez.
Here, man. It's a couple of hours before the All-Star game. That's massage time for Bronco Segota, playtime for others. Table tennis with your feet. For others, this is time to talk about the league's future.
I'm enthusiastic, and I believe that a lot of things that we said would happen when we started the league have happened, and I believe that we've got a great future.
Sure, we could go on talking about the MISL's problems, but at least for this night, the deck is stacked. Tonight, we do a positive story on the league and the direction it's heading.
When you have a problem in our sport, everybody's very quick to point the finger and say, I told you so. We're like any other sport. You know, we need time, we need opportunities.
Back in the locker room, George Fernandez of the Sockers puts on an all-star jersey for the first time. He doesn't yet know this will be the greatest night of his career. It doesn't matter.
Just can't wait to step on the field and touch the ball once, you know, be a part of this all-star thing, so.
These are the people who believe in this game with a passion, the new heroes.
All right, because he's fast. That too. Because he takes off his shirt and throws it to the audience.
I think this is a young sport, you know, and I have a feeling that this game is going to be big in the future because I see a lot of kids playing.
It only has one way to go, and that's up. And, you know, at this rate, by the time these kids get older, you know, it's going to catch up.
It already has caught up to thousands. They, too, believe in this sport. They see the crystal ball that is soccer.
Hey, we're going to do everything for you, but please, you know, jump on our bandwagon, accept us, and push us to the next level.
The MISL's level is soccer with a twist of showbiz. After all, this is entertainment, but a sport first. The fan reactions tell that story. At game's end, George Fernandez, MVP. Teammates and opponents, as ambassadors for this game, have succeeded.
I'm just so happy. I can't believe it. It's just a dream come true, you know. You just hope that you can play the best. You just try your hardest. My teammates.
Oh, I missed. Wait, I want to do it again. Can we go away and do it again? Wait, I can be. It won't stay. I had this routine worked out perfectly before. No time now. Look at the tote board. See where we are here. 2,700. 27, all right? All right. Okay, on its way. We got to keep on rolling. We're just a little bit over halfway through the telethon. So keep it rolling. Keep those phones ringing. 258-6910. $500 donated by Norbert Stein. Norbert is sitting here in the audience tonight. All right, way to go. That's the captain. I don't know, the captain is sitting right over there. I don't know if we can get a picture of him or not. Have you been on TV before? Norbert, come on up here while I read some more. Come on up here. I met Norbert about the captain, I don't know how many years ago. I don't know, walk right in the set here. Norbert, take a look right in that camera right there. Don't you look nice?
Wonderful.
Yeah, there you are. There you are. There you are. There you were. Say the phone number. Tell everybody. Norbert, look there. Phone number.
The telephone number.
Tell them the number.
Please call 258-6910. Please.
Good, good, good.
Thank you.
$500. Thank you, Captain. There he goes. the captain. All right, way to go. Karen Wallace, thank you very much from Mission Viejo. God bless you. Hey, call a friend right now. Tell them to turn on the TV and think about what we've got going here. Save our Sockers. Aren't too many cities that would do this. There aren't too many people around. I don't know of any, as a matter of fact, that would respond the way that you people have in this town. This is a God bless San Diego. Alan Krebitz, God bless you, 5 season tickets, all right? Robert Nobles, 6 season tickets for next year. Dan Tomsky bought 2 of them for San Diego. Scott Wilson bought a couple of them. Great. Holly Woodard from San Diego bought 1. Judy Fisher is in here helping out the tote board right now by buying a season ticket. All you got to do is call Frank Luvaz. Has also bought 1. You know, this is a great response. But as I mentioned, we are just a little bit more than halfway through this 3-hour telethon, and we are not quite halfway up to our mark, but we're getting close. So we'll have another tally here in a little bit. Keep the phones ringing right now. All right, again, 258-6910. Let's go back to Randy Hahn. Okay, I tell you what, that was just to fool you. Here's Roy Robertson.
I'm not going to take it personally. And this after he shows his belly on TV. You think I'm going to be caught dead doing that? No, I don't think so. Thanks, Joe Bauer. Roy Robertson here from KFMB Radio, the public address announcer, your San Diego Sockers. And here's something for you right now. If you're ready to call us at 258-6910, we have a ball that is signed by the 9th edition of the 9-time indoor champion, the world champion San Diego Sockers. It could be yours right now. What we want is the first person to call up and commit to 6 season tickets. You commit to 6 season tickets. This ball is coming right at you right now. Again, the phone number is 258-6910. I want to have a word with Victor Noguera here for just a second. Hey, who were you just calling sexy there on the phone? That better have been your wife.
That's a 2-year-old.
It's a 2-year-old. All right, so that would be a youth ticket then. That works out well. Pardon me, 258-6910. That's the number that we want you to call right now. Now, we gave away the soccer ball. That's going to the first pledge of 6 season tickets. That's probably gone already because the phones have just been going so well. You're doing a great job, San Diego. You're showing us, you're showing the league, you're showing potential investors that you care about soccer in San Diego. But to sweeten the pot, we have things for you periodically, like the ball, like the nice plaque that we gave away with Rod Castro's likeness there, beautiful pictures by Essie, the Sockers photographer. We'll have plenty of these things throughout the evening, so keep waiting for maybe a little special incentive to call. But by all means, do call. The incentive is 20 season games that you'll be able to see for a very reasonable package price. We want you to call right now and make that $25 deposit at 258-6910. Okay, the games maybe not enough. Here's something else for you. A chance to see Jimmy Buffett tomorrow night at Aztec Bowl. Saw a preview of this concert yesterday down at Symphony Hall. He did a full dress rehearsal. This is a great show. If you like the music of Jimmy Buffett, if you want to hear Margaritaville and Come Monday and all his classic tunes, here's a chance for you to get a little cookie, a little sweetening on the pot to come down and see that concert tomorrow night at San Diego State at Aztec Bowl. What we'll need right now is for you to call and commit to 2 season tickets. So you give the $50 deposit tonight. You got a couple of Jimmy Buffett tickets waiting for you, and you hear the phones ringing now. So again, watch for these special things in the last hour and 15 minutes or how much ever we've got for you. We will give you more reasons to call, but again, the primary reason, it's a great game. It's a wonderful team. We want you to call right now, 258-6910. If I can shuffle these, let me tell you about some of the people that have been calling. Roy Mercado of San Diego, he has committed to 1 season ticket. Nora Pepper of La Mesa, she's committed to a season ticket. Carol Nichols of San Diego is going to be joining us with 2 people in the stands. Hans Witzel of San Diego, 1 season ticket. Thank you, Hans, for calling up tonight. We appreciate that. Nancy Talbot's calling in for 4 season tickets. Again, it's the $25 deposit. That's what we're looking for tonight. 258-6910. We want you to call that number right now, certainly before 9 o'clock tonight. Let me give you a couple other names here. These people just calling in the last hour and a half. Things are going extremely well, but they can be better. Plenty of seats still exist, even though we're at that 2,700 plateau. There are seats in the house for you. We want to see you down there for all 20 San Diego Soccer's home games this coming year. Diane Ciani of San Diego, she's called in to pledge a couple of season tickets. Jim Gabara tapping me here on the shoulder. What do you got, Jimmy?
Price? I got Jeff Price, and he wants those Jimmy Buffett tickets.
Okay, Jeff Wright, he wants the Jimmy. Is it Wright or Price? Let's get his name right. It's TV. It's the real thing. Jeff Price, the price is right. We'll get you those Jimmy Buffett tickets. You hang on just a second here. Again, the thing is to keep the phones going. Is there anybody that's not answering a phone right now? Over here we got Ketter, we got Wad Hermes, we got Victor Noguera, all the guys from the championship teams throughout the years. We want you to call right now, San Diego. There are Sockers available to talk to you. 258-6910. Once again, to KFMB's Joe Bauer.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Roy, so very much. I want to introduce to everybody now, our TV audience. I was just rolling my sleeves up so I could look strong.
You look good, Joe. You look really good.
Mark Larson.
That's great.
KFMB Afternoons. Mark.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Hey, Ron. Hey, Ron, how are you, mate? Ron Newman over there. Hey, mate. How are you?
You look very nice.
I got to tell you, Joe, that thanks for dressing up.
You're welcome.
I just came in from the plant, and, you know, the busy broadcast day at KFMB, but I had a chance to watch and see you do the tour of the studio, and it's more exciting in the studio than I ever dreamed of.
It is.
You're absolutely right. The stars are here, so you can reach over and... Hi, Randy. How are you?
Look over there.
Don't ever touch him there again.
TV.
Hi.
In there.
At any rate, let's already the excitement is up here.
I've learned TV. I've been here.
Watch that red light.
I've learned TV. Watch me.
The tote board looks good, though, and we, Vanna, are on a roll.
Okay. Tote board has still got a ways to go, though. I tell you what, we would like to hit 3,000 by 8 o'clock. If we can hit 3,000, let's make it a goal. Let's get to 3,000 season ticket holders by 8 o'clock. Can we do that? How much time have we got? That gives us another 15 minutes or so?
Yeah, 21 minutes or so.
All right, plenty of time. We can do it. That isn't that long of a stretch, so let's do it, okay? Let's get those phones ringing. Right now, we're going to go over to the phone banks.
Where we are now.
No? Okay, I'm going to give you the phone number, 258-6910.
You know what's great? If you don't have cash, I want to remind you that Visa and MasterCard, if you're thinking, hey, there are too many bills or whatever, this is one of the greatest values in terms of season tickets. And I don't want to rub this in, Joe, but as you know, I've been a season ticket holder since 1985.
Yes, you have.
That's right, taking the whole family down there. Our kids have been born practically at soccer games.
Well, that's good.
You get to know the folks around you. It's great. So you can use your plastic if you like, and we do accept cash or check. And it's a great way to show your support for the community as well as the team. Joe?
I want to thank Ellen Arday, too, from San Diego. Bought 4 season tickets. Way to go. Cheryl Burnett. Another. Bought 2 more, huh? Jan Norby. Bought 5 from Lemon Grove. Hey, all right, Lemon Grove. That's where you can shop, work, and you can play. And you get free parking.
I was the Grand Marshal out there, just a couple weeks ago.
You did a great job.
You were there a couple years ago.
And DeForest, too.
Wonderful place.
Got a couple of them. She was in the parade with me.
That's right.
Michael LeBoff, too, from Spring Valley. That's great. Okay. We're going to take it back to Randy Hahn, I believe, here.
He's right over here. Freeway close.
You guys keep giving up the television illusion. This is supposed to look like a huge studio, and Joe already blew it. He panned the camera around the room, and we're really inside a closet. But it's a nice closet, and it's a very warm closet. Anyway, we are on the San Diego Cable Sports Network. This is the Save Our Soccers Telethon. We are obviously having a good time down here, and we hope you're having a little bit of fun watching this and reflecting back on some of the great Soccers memories of the past, and even just reflecting on this past championship, which was another great season for the San Diego Soccers. See, I'm still learning this television stuff, too, as they move me from camera to camera. Isn't that a beautiful set? Who's that? That's Julie V, and he's going to be with us in just a moment. Speaking of Julie V, of course, he is here and taking your phone calls as well. Julie, the only soccer in team history to have his jersey retired, and who will ever forget it? The double deuce, the triple E, the one and only Julie V. He retired back in 1988 as a San Diego Socker. Let's look back on the retirement night of Julie V. I'm Randy Hahn. Those of you joining us here at the San Diego Sports Arena, and those of you listening live on Extra News Talk 690 Radio throughout Southern California, is halftime here at the Sports Arena. The Sockers lead the Los Angeles Lasers 3-1, but of course we are here for a very special ceremony on a very special evening for soccer fans, not only in San Diego, but throughout the state of California and throughout the United States. As tonight we honor, by the retirement of his famous jersey, Julie V. At this time, we would like to introduce to you, along with his 2 lovely daughters, Katrina and Jennifer, the famous double deuce, triple E, the one and only Julie V. That's a wonderful outfit, Julie. The special presentation, Mr. Ron Cady. Ron?
Thanks, Randy. Most of us here this evening have witnessed Julie's performance over the past 10 years. He's brought us thrills. He's brought us victories. He's brought a permanent place in the hearts of all the fans here in San Diego. That's all. I think it's only fitting at this time that when we look up these banners, these championship banners, that we always remember an individual that was instrumental in bringing these championships to San Diego, and that's none other than Julie B. At this time, as a special tribute to our fans, we would like to unveil number 22 to hang permanently here, Julie B's number.
I've been with the San Diego Sockers since the 1982 season, and before that I broadcast soccer games in which Julie B was involved in with the Sockers, and I can read off all his statistics here telling you all the records he holds and all the great statistical accomplishments he's achieved. But let me say just this, that Julie B is the history of soccer in San Diego. He brought indoor soccer from a game that nobody wanted to even hear about or take serious, and raised it in large part, along with a few other people, not the least of which is another man who's here at the sports arena tonight, Steve Jungle, to the level it is today. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, here he is. Double deuce, triple E, the one and only Julie V.
My feelings, the true feelings is who turned off the mic? Thank you very much for honoring me. Thank you very much for coming all here. You're not just honoring me, but you're honoring all the soccer players that played for San Diego Sockers. And this is one of the greatest honors that you can bestow on someone, but I'd like to mention a few names from the past, which is Volkmar Gross, Gert Wyczarkowski, Martin Donnelly, who sits over here someplace. Love you, Martin. He was my roommate for 7 years. So, you can imagine how much we love each other. Hugo Perez. And a lot of other players who could perform because of you people. I remember when that was maybe 1,000, 2,000. They used to call me insane people coming to watch soccer. And now we have a full house every other day. This is a marvelous thing, and I thank you very much for making it possible. I'd like to thank the front office for bringing this retirement to me. That shows you that San Diego not just going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but we'll go on to the next dozen championship in the next decade. That shows the front office commitment, not just soccer in San Diego, but all around the United States, that what they're trying to do is just keep soccer the best they can do to survive. Right now it's a little bit difficult, but with your help, we're going to make it. So I wish all the players who are standing in there, just waiting for me to make a mistake here, that I have played for a long time with, and I wish them all the best, and I love to see a couple of new numbers in there in a couple of years. So thank you very much, and goodbye to all.
Ladies and gentlemen, those of you in the sports arena, Julie will now kick out 4 very special, artistically enhanced soccer balls into the crowd. Those of you on our radio, we will take a break and come back after this.
Okay.
That's our live studio audience here on the San Diego Cable Sports Network. It's the Save Our Soccer's Telethon, and you just saw the one and only Julie V in his retirement ceremony from a couple of years ago, and we've got him live right here in the studio. I want to remind you of our phone number again, 258-6910, 258-6910. Visa, MasterCard, Discover Card, cash, or check. A $25 deposit will get you dibs on a season ticket for next year at the San Diego Sports Arena. Julie, great to see you again. It's been a while since you graced us with your presence. Glad you could come down here tonight.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you for being here. I talked to Ron. I'm trying to save his job and the other players so they don't come painters like me. So I'm here, and we're trying to make the 4,000 tonight if it's possible.
I think it's looking real good. We're about to hit 3,500. We're going to get a check of the toe cord again in a little while. Julie, of course, you were involved with art while you were still playing and became quite proficient at it. Is that what you're doing full-time now?
That's what I'm doing full-time, and going to the unemployment office full-time. Like all other soccer players, as you see, I'm over here. Cha-Cha, Namdar, Adi Coker here, Theory, everybody. No, we're doing okay. Art is all right. This is a great cause. That's why we came down here. I threatened to come back if we have new owners, not under the existing owners. Even the other players don't want to play for them anymore. So as soon as they get new owners, I threaten Ron that I'm coming back next year.
Well, it says in here, Julie, you're 40, which I mean, you look younger than 40 right now. You keep yourself in pretty good shape.
Yeah, I'm in shape. I'm getting ready for the next season. Ron just fainted over there in the corner.
What kind of things do you do, Julie? Do you run? Do you work out?
Yeah, I run away from creditors. You know. No, I work hard. I play soccer tennis. Matter of fact, they have a worldwide league that's coming into place.
Now, that's head tennis, right?
Yeah, we call it soccer tennis, foot tennis, if you will. And run a little bit. I just came back from Santa Fe and Grand Canyon National Parks and things like that. So I've been involved in marathon runners up there with Indians who are extremely good runners.
Really, that area, the Southwest and Santa Fe area, had a big influence on the kind of art you were involved with for a long time.
I'm doing the Hopi Indian, Southwestern art. I'm doing a lot of local stuff also, San Diego, but mainly is Indian stuff.
Where can your work be seen? Is it displayed in galleries from time to time? Where can people buy it?
Well, usually I have a show and it's publicized. I'm not with any particular galleries because I sort of found out that they're even worse than the soccer's management. You know, I mean, they want to take everything you've got, so I'm trying to sell it on my own.
Julie, it's been and we're looking at some of your teammates there. And I know this is a lot of fun for you to see some of these guys again.
I can't believe how ugly they are. Oh, Jim Millery's just arrived. There you go.
Well, they miss you too, Julie. Julie, do you miss the competition? You know, you talk to athletes who retire, and the one thing they can't replace in their life is the adrenaline flow that comes with getting ready for big games and playing in competitive situations, in championships. And, of course, that was what you were made of. You were always the guy who was there for the big games. You came through at crunch time when there was a big game, when money was on the line. Julie V was there, and Julie V was a star. Is that something that's hard to replace in your life, that kind of excitement and that competition?
No, at the beginning I thought it would be, but the art is totally a different, you know, it's not on an ego trip, it's more in depth. Soccer was more of a physical, as you said, the adrenaline was flowing, and yeah, when the money time came down, you know, we were big money players. You got $500 for our first championship. That's real big money, yeah. Well, we went for the big games. Yeah, I like to play in big games. Other things replace that, you know, family, the kids, you get closer to the missus. In my case, it's Alexandra. The art, you get closer to it, and it's just the applause are gone, and it's just fine. It was good while it lasted.
Julie, let's talk a little bit about this franchise. Boy, you've been around to see it all. You've seen it when this team just played outdoor soccer, and I don't even think Ron Newman wanted to have anything to do with indoor soccer. You guys tried it the first year. It didn't go all that well. A year later, you beat Tampa in your first championship. And boy, it just went on from there, and now the team has won 9 championships in 10 years. Is it still somewhat amazing to you when you look back to see this really brand new sport and how San Diego has embraced it and has become so good at it?
Well, at first what happened is Bob paid a $25,000 fine, which I'm sure they would want it right now if they would have it. We had to pay a fine not to play in indoor.
Not to play?
Not to play. The first year, we did not play in the NASL, so most of our players went to MISL. That's why I ended up with Jungle and Sagota and New York Arrows. And then when I came back, I says to Bob, there was 19,000 people in St. Louis for the first All-Star game. Indoor is in. That's the future of the game here. So from then on, we went the first year, as you know, it was a disaster. We don't want to talk about that, but from then on, it's absolutely amazing that keep going on and on.
Julie, you're going to buy some season tickets here tonight?
They took $40,000 away from me already. You know, I'm challenging Mr. Fowler and Ron Katie to buy season tickets in my name.
Okay. Julie, thanks so much for coming by here. It's always great to talk to you. You always have something interesting and controversial to say, and we look for your artwork, too, and I guess we'll just watch the newspapers and things like that to see when you have your next show.
Well, you can buy some. I'm available.
All right. Julie, thanks for coming out. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Julie V, everybody. The Double Deuce, Triple E. One and only Julie V. All right. Thanks, Julie. Julie's trying to walk away with the microphone here. Let's go to the tote board and see if we've got a new total, guys.
Great to see the one and only Julie V there. And Coach Ron Newman back with us here at the tote board tonight. Right here, 258-6910. We got a lot of people pledging to buy the season tickets here. But, Ron, I'll tell you, I know you've been working. You look like you've been working it without a wink of sleep for about 3.5 months now. This is exciting to see it all coming together tonight. And we've got a new tote here we're going to announce before we get into this. Since you've moved away from it, in case people really look, you're now moved up to 2,850 season ticket commitments right now. And with an hour left here, 2,850. How about that?
All right.
Just, I mean, here he is, the winningest coach in indoor soccer, Ron Newman, taking this on as a labor of love. I mean, you talked on the air with us on KFMB radio the other day that as far as we're concerned, as far as we've researched this thing, the idea of any team that has won 9 championships in 10 years or any number, if they can get that high, is just nuts. The idea of it folding or moving or any of that sort of thing, it really points out that we've got to do an effort to keep them here in town.
Well, I understood that we were folding because people didn't want us here. And I couldn't believe that, Mark. And I wanted to prove something, or I needed to find out for myself. And I thought we were popular. Now I know we're popular. I didn't know we were this popular. I'm considering running for mayor the next election. When is the next election? Because
we'll get back to you on that, Ron.
I think I've got a great chance. I really think I've got a great chance.
And the accent as well. Ron learned that accent just today. It's an El Cajon accent because that's where we are at the Cox Cable Studios here in the Cable Sports Network. We've got a lot of people who want to do it. Let's read some of these here. We've got Ed McAteer of El Cajon, 2 season ticket commitments. We got Jim Foy of Escondido.
Linda Goria of San Diego, 2 tickets. Carmen Genovese, you gave me all the hard ones, didn't you?
I fixed this so that Ron would take all the tough pronunciation.
Christina McGee, I know that one.
Here you go, a good Dutch name.
Oh, here's another one. Annette van der Erend of San Diego, 2. Did I say that pretty good?
You messed that up, Annette. We're sorry, but it's the coach. Who's going to argue with him?
Linda Finfrock of San Diego, 2 tickets. Daniel Gerstner of Santee.
It could be Kirshner. He knows who he is.
Oh, that's right, you're right.
If you read his name twice, I think he's bought 4 tickets.
Sonia Wright, thank you very much, Sonia. Oh, there's a good one. Bill Quayle of El Cajon. I should be able to read these names quite easy.
I'll take it back now. Mia Hersey. Yeah, we figured you'd be able to handle it with all these exotic names of the soccer players.
Mia Hersey, San Diego. Amanda McKinney of Lakeside. Lakeside, that's a long ways. Clay Bolt of San Diego. Thank you very much, Clay. Jacqueline Clayton, San Diego. Property Management of Solana Beach, thank you. John Starler, San Diego, thank you. Joyce Biddy, Santee, thank you. John Sepik of St. Marcus, 5 tickets.
Hey, you can see a whole bunch of commitments here. You got about an hour. We go on until 9 o'clock here on the Cable Sports Network to get your calls in. You heard some of the businesses there. It's a great way to salute people who work for you, to get some season tickets, and certainly at these prices tonight. Just a terrific opportunity. Our family's been season ticket holders, as I mentioned, since 1985, and I don't think there's any more. Of course, it's great going to Padres games and so forth, but there's not any more certainly reasonable ticket price now. But a great way to take the whole family out. We've gotten to know some of the people who have watched our kids grow up and theirs as we sit there through the years. It's a great family experience, and if you haven't been to a soccer game, you don't know what you're missing. And hopefully you get a chance to see it if we get the commitments tonight. So call now. Ron, thanks for being with us. I know you want to go back there and see if you can get even more disheveled looking by our next break.
Thank you, Mark.
Ron Newman, soccer's coach, and more coming up. We're going back to Roy and to Gary Kelly, guys.
Thank you, Mark. Roy Robertson from KFMB Radio. My pleasure to serve in the 1990-91 season as the public address announcer. Let me introduce you now to the guy that has done this for the season before me. What, season and a half? This is Gary. Season and a half.
I worked a year and a half.
We want credit. He did more than me. Right. This is Gary Kelly from B100 Radio. You hear him every afternoon between 2 and 6. Gary, let's talk about the job. I tell you, we got the best seat in the house. Of course, there's plenty more good seats still available. We'll get to that in just a second. But what a thrill it is to be down there and be a part of it and get the reaction from the crowds that we have over the last 2.5 years.
Yeah, well put, Roy. You know, it's completely different than when you're normally on the radio, because normally on the radio you can say something and you go, you know, is anybody out there? Is anybody listening? But when you're there at the sports arena with the soccer fans and you say something like, soccer's goal number 14, Brian Quinn, and the place goes nuts, it's a tremendous high. And really, it's a high that money can't.
What, are we having like a public address off here tonight or something like that? And he picks one that's not even here. Okay, I got that. Number 17, the Rocket, Rod Castro. Where the heck is he? Oh, there he is. And he didn't even score or anything, but that's how it goes, and it's been our pleasure and probably one of the greatest nights of my life, May 23rd, to be down there for championship number 9. And what a special night it was, winning it at home. Of course, you were there. You've been there all season long.
That's right. And winning at home in front of these incredible San Diego soccer fans is the way it should be done. Now, I want to make a plea right now to you that are sitting at home. Pick up this. Hello? The telephone. Please pick up the phone and call right now. For only $25, you are going to have the absolute time of your life. $25 being in the deposit to reserve your tickets for the upcoming season. We accept. I have visual aids here.
Oh, this is great. Props. I love this. We don't get to use these in radio.
Visa, MasterCard, and of course, everyone's favorite, cash. Add one more 5 to this, and you got your $25.
There you go, which is a heck of a deal. And again, the Sockers will give you a couple of months over the summer. You take your time, you pay in 3 payments if that's the way that you want to do it. But tonight, just the $25 deposits. By the way, the telethon is for new season ticket holders only. If you want to renew your season tickets from somebody from the Sockers office, we'll be in contact with you in the next couple of weeks to do so. We fully expect that all 2,200 of you that were there in the 1990-91 season, hey, why would you not come back, right, with as many wins as what we had at home, and what a great season it was.
Hey, I have a little plea. Anyone that would like to purchase a corporate account, say at least 8 tickets or more, this coming Wednesday night, B100 has a party cruise on the Pride of San Diego. We take everybody out. We have dancing and
these are
dinner, and they're a lot of fun. Out on San Diego Bay for 3 hours. I will let you bring your entire office, up to, let's say, within reason, 40, 50, 60 people. I'll let you bring your entire office on the cruise if you will purchase at least 8 tickets right now. You call the number on your screen for the visually impaired. The number is 258-6910. 258-6910. Do it right now. The first person to buy at least 8 tickets, you're going cruising with B100 this Wednesday night.
Now, are you sure you're in a position to do this? You don't represent promotions tonight.
I can do this.
Are you sure?
I can do this.
Okay. Kelly says it's okay from B100, so trust him. Might need a bigger boat if you got a crew of 50 or 60 that you want to sail with Gary on this B100 Harbor Cruise, and they are a great time. You'll enjoy that. Let's get to some of these pledges, some of the people that have called in the last hour. Again, 258-6910. Still plenty of time to call, still plenty of seats available. Again, you can't have ours. You can't have the public address seat. It's the best in the house, but there are plenty of good ones left. Let's talk to about some of the people that have called in.
Okay, Alex Johnson from the La Jolla Soccer League. 2-ticket purchase challenges other members of the La Jolla Soccer League. They can afford it in La Jolla. Get out and call that number right now and purchase those tickets. David Neffen of Cardiff, 2 tickets. Thanks, David. Philip Smith of Spring Valley. It's kind of sad. Philip bought just 1 ticket. Soccer is a lot more fun if you bring somebody with you.
That's okay. We'll set them up with somebody.
Perfect. Yeah. Or come as a group and buy those tickets right now. $25. We'll reserve your tickets for the upcoming season.
But a good way to do it is to bring a group of people. If you have people that you deal with in your business every day. Just had a call from my brother, Steve Robertson, who coincidentally
used to be a San Diego
Soccer in the 1978 outdoor season. This is great. This is like a reunion time up here tonight. But my brother, Steve, who represents a North American Title, his company, coming up with 4 seats in loge or lower. They are going for the high end. They're going for the good seats. Those are still available, as are the terrace seats. We want you to call in. We also have a challenge here. We want to challenge season ticket holders to get a hold of other fans just to buy 1 more season ticket. You know, you can cough up that money. Sure.
You know, it's $25 right now. It's the American way. It's the payment plan.
And if it's fun with 20, it's going to be fun with 21. We want to see you down there for all 20 games next season. Let's talk about some more of these people that are calling in from the AYSO, one of the great youth soccer organizations in San Diego. We had a challenge. Oh, I know. This is great. This is just great. Get me into a cool radio studio soon. Challenge to the AYSO soccer groups and also CYSA. We want to hear from you. We know you like youth soccer in San Diego. Let's see you down there at the arena for all 20 games in 1991-92. I'm Roy Robertson with Gary Kelly from B100. We'll see you in a while. Keep these guys busy. Now, once again, over to my boss, Mark Larson.
It's so weird listening to these 2 guys without the echo of the sports arena. I missed that. We got to work with it. We got to live with it. We have a brand new tote board total right now. Let's take a look at it right here. 2,950. We're so close to 3,000, and we're just at about 808 here. So hi there. For those of you just joining us, yes, we're at, oh, hi there. Thank you very much. We need to get to 4,000 season ticket commitments in this hour, and we're about 51 minutes left. So you need to call that number 258-6910 right now. You can use your Visa, your MasterCard, Discover Card, cash, or check. Vicki Learn of El Cajon, thanks. We got 1 ticket there, ticket commitment there. You can commit for 1 or many. Holly St. Hilaire of El Cajon. If we massacre your names, it's okay. We're in broadcasting. We know how to do that. Lisa Beckett of El Cajon, season ticket there. Again, $25 will hold your season ticket tonight. Dr. Howard Brown of San Diego, 2 tickets. Thank you for that. Cindy Barascano of San Diego, 2 tickets. Jerry Koner of Spring Valley, 2 tickets. Many more. You can be on this list. If you call now, we'll have a chance to mention you before 9 o'clock tonight. So call that number on your screen. And let's go over right now to Randy Hahn, way across the studio.
All right, thank you, Mark Larson. I am Randy Hahn from the Mighty 690. Back with the Sockers head coach, Ron Newman. Let's get those phones ringing. There's a couple open right now, and if the phone is busy when you call, please try again. Want to get that goal of 4,000 tonight before we get off the air. And the way it's moving along here, we're going to hit 3,000 any minute. 258-6910, 258-6910. What we have in front of us right here is something very special in really the annals of professional sport. There are very few franchises in all of sports that can claim this many championships. What you're looking at is the San Diego Soccer's championship rings. This is the 8 that have been struck so far. And there's one on the way. Of course, the Sockers just won their 9th championship ring. And with me is the only man who has all of these in his possession, Ron Newman, who's been the only head coach in the history of the Sockers. And Ron, this is quite a collection of jewelry you have here.
It's wonderful, isn't it? And yet I'm more concerned with one more ring. And that's the ring that I get on the Telethon tonight. You know, that seems to be more important now than these rings, because these rings won't mean anything if we can't stay here.
Let's look at these individually one by one. I think the fans and the viewers will be interested in these, Ron. They're all inscribed, and really the story of each championship is on each ring. This is the first one from 1981-82 when you were in the North American Soccer League.
That was against Tampa. And I remember Hugo Perez and Tattoo played against us. And we brought that one back. We won that one on the road. But that was because our first one. And when it's like your first child, I think you sort of cherish it very much. But I remember doing that in Tampa.
It's got your name on it. It says Newman, and the scores were 9-7 and 10-5 back in 1981.
I can't remember the scores anymore.
82. No, it's kind of hard to. Now, the next one is the first one I was around for. This is 1982-83, the first MSL, and at that time it was the MISL. And boy, this one was very special. I know it was for me because it was my first time involved in anything like this, but I think it was really the most special for the franchise up to this point because you really had a lot to prove that year.
Well, that year, of course, the NASL was saying that we had the best players, and the MISL was saying that they were the only ones that took indoors seriously. And we wanted to challenge those remarks, and so we eventually ended up playing their Cadillac team of their league, which was the Baltimore Blast. We went on to meet them a few more times.
Great championship, and that was one of the ones you won in San Diego. The Tampa championship you won out in Florida. Now, the next one you went back into the North American Soccer League, and this was the final against the New York Cosmos.
Right. Well, I can remember that one very much because my daughter had a premature birth at that time, and I had to rush home to see my little granddaughter be born. She was just 2 pounds 2 ounces at Children's Hospital, so I ended up watching the final on television, and my friend and assistant Johan Arnio actually carried the ball for me up in New York. Again, we won that on the road, but that obviously got special meanings for me.
Absolutely. All right, then you went back into the MISL, and bet they were really glad to see you because now the year you were gone, the Baltimore Blast won the Major Soccer League Championship. They beat St. Louis, so they figured we finally got rid of Ron Newman. Your old friend Kenny Cooper was glad to see you gone. Now you come back, you meet Baltimore in the final, and wouldn't you know it, you won it again.
And Baltimore, we seem to be destroying Kenny Cooper's life about this time because he just felt that he had another chance to beat us. But we go on to play Baltimore again, don't we, later on? But I think that was the game. Wasn't that the game that where they handballed
No,
was that later?
That's later. This was
later.
This was the year that you were on CBS and you beat them 14-2. And I think Steve Jungle had 7 points in that game, and that was a remarkable
Oh, that's
year.
right, the 14-2 game, yes. That's
all right. Now, the next year is... see, I'm getting... this is the one for the thumb. This is the 1986 championship year when you won your 5th championship. And this one was special, too, because just the significance of winning 5, I think, was very special.
That's it, and we got 5 written on it. So who's the team we played there in the final? Was that Baltimore again?
I think it was.
Poor old Baltimore. Poor old Baltimore.
All right, then we move along here, and we'll speed it up a little bit. The next one was 87-88. No, actually, I think the one we just saw was the Minnesota one.
Well, that was special, wasn't it? That was special because we were 3 games to 1 down.
87-88 was the 4-game sweep against getting my wrong cameras here. Where are we going on the ring? 87-88 was the sweep against Cleveland.
Oh, that was more dramatic because we were 3 games to 1 down against Kansas City. And if it wasn't for a break in the schedule, when we came all the way home, we were 3 games to 1 down, and we had to play in Kansas City again. And really, we thought we were out of it, and so did Kansas City. But we won that game and then came home and won it again.
Here's my this is my favorite ring, and this is the one you referred to when you had the big blowout over the Baltimore Blast. This is the best ring, I think, and it was also very special too, winning it in Baltimore, and much to the chagrin of your friend Kenny Cooper.
Well, I think that was the one where they'd beaten us the game before, like 7-0, and really felt comfortable that they were going to blow us out the next game. And instead of that, we came back and we took a commanding lead, only to have them sneak up on us in the closing minutes of the game to get within one goal of us.
Now, I was lucky to be around long enough to get those 6. I've got 6 of them, wearing one of them here myself. Now, I wasn't around last year, but you won without me anyway. I don't know how you managed to do that, Ron. Here's your championship ring from last year, and wouldn't you know it, I think it was, wasn't it the Baltimore Blast again?
Baltimore Blast. I think Kenny threatened to retire. Kenny Cooper threatened to retire if I won that one again. Well, I'm glad he didn't retire, because I think he's a character that the league needs, and a very good friend of mine. But again, it was a wonderful win for us in that year. And as we look at these rings here, Randy, I look across there and I'll see some of the guys that helped me win it. Lawrence Hilkers, Chacha Ananda, George Katakalidis, Cacho, Addy Coker, Gene Welch has just arrived, Guy Newman, who did so well, and Gary Collier's out there, and Paulo Mora. I mean, it's so wonderful to see these guys coming back. It's just a thrill for me to see those guys. And Julie V, of course, who we all saw just now.
Yeah, Julie was just saying to us he never thought he'd have to come down here and try and save your job for you.
I missed that.
All right, Ron, thanks very much for sharing this this ring experience with us. Some tremendous jewelry. Of course, Ron has some Coach of the Year awards, too, and All-Star awards. He's got a whole bunch of jewelry. We better not tell you where he lives because he may not have a safe big enough to keep all this in. I think it's time to go and check the tote board again. Our phone number again is 258-6910, 258-6910, and let's check with the gentleman up at the board and see if we have a new total, guys.
We're back here at the tote board, and you know, if you call now, you don't get the rings, but you get this cutlery set, right? No, you don't do that at all. I'm sorry, it's just a cheap attempt at humor. We do that. 258-6910. The great thing is, you notice here, we've counted in 3,000 season ticket commitments. We're so close. So close. I mean, if we come this far, in 45 minutes, we can certainly get up to the 4,000 because the momentum is building. Almost everybody is busy. In fact, everybody is busy on the phones right now. So call 258-6910. If you get any busy signal, call back again. It'll be okay, but this is it. We're into the final rubber meets the road segment here. It needs to happen by 9 o'clock tonight to keep the Sockers in San Diego at least have a chance of having a season here next year. And frankly, I'll tell you what, I don't know what our family's going to do if we don't have the Sockers on nights during what was the soccer season. So let's do it. Call that number now and do your part, and you can use your plastic. Let's go over to Randy. Randy, another special feature.
You bet, Mark, and thanks very much for all your calls. And again, if you can't afford a season ticket all by yourself, call some of your friends. Maybe you play in a soccer league and you want to see a few games. You don't want to put out the money for a whole season ticket. Pull some of your friends together. Say, look, this is how much it's going to cost us. There's tickets available for, I believe, as low as $150. Get 2 or 3 people together, put your money together, and share the tickets, and all enjoy the San Diego Sockers, and I think you'll really have a good time. If you haven't been before, experience it. It's a wonderful event and a great night's entertainment down at the San Diego Sports Arena. Well, you just saw him a moment ago. He's answering some of your phone calls. He is unbelievable. He is Gene Wilrich, the former San Diego Soccer, now retired. Of course, such a big part of the championships over the years with this team. One of the most special nights in his life, days in his life, and really for all of those of us who are friends of his, was the day Gene Wilrich became an American citizen. We have some special video to look back on that special day. To his left. Gene, a screamer, and he scores!
I'm a citizen with a crazy accent.
This is the story of an immigrant who came to America with some definite goals in mind. Soccer goals, that is. You may recognize him as number 15, Gene Wilrich, or Cheesy, a midfielder for the San Diego Sockers. It was the game that brought him here to America in 1978 from his native home in West Germany.
My first time I come in the night, I come to Los Angeles, I see millions of lights, and next day I wake up and say, wow, look, it's beautiful. I think everybody can be a real lucky person that they first of all live in America. I mean, in my country, Germany, where I come from, it's not bad either, but here everybody can come in, and it's the greatest country on earth.
Wilrich became a part of this great country July 11th, 1984. He shared and celebrated that moment with soccer fans on the field during halftime. Just mention that day, and Wilrich starts to glow.
I am actually the happiest guy in the world. I come in Germany, I come over here, I have nothing. I start to know my wife here. I learned my wife here, and I got married here. I have one daughter. I get another maybe daughter or a son. I hope a son. But I'm the luckiest guy in the world, and this in another country. Before I come here, I was never dreaming that this has happened to me.
It was the game of soccer that helped Wilrich become an American. And ironically, it will, in a way, always put him in touch with home. Soccer is a sport that got its start in Europe. Most of his team members are from another country. Some of them are U.S. citizens, too. Together, they are a team, adjusting to life in a new country.
A lot of people maybe criticize the country. This is bad, here is good, and there is bad. So it's all over, you know. So, but everybody should be normally happy and should be proud to be living here. I see the Americans singing, and they have this special song and this, and I'm not singing this song with them. I don't know that so, but I get goosebumps, you know.
Wilrich takes pride in his game. So do the other soccers, so much so, they spend their off-season teaching American children how to grow up and be like them. Not only does he give them tips on the game, last year he taught his group how to speak German.
That's it, sorry.
But when we caught up with him, Gene Wilrich didn't have a lot of time to spend talking. You see, his wife is expecting their second child. One phone call sent him running.
I have to go right in the moment. My wife get the labor. Okay, so I hope it's a boy, you know.
Another Yankee Doodle Doodle.
Another Yankee Doodle Dandy.
Why, look, we're back. Always great to see Gene Wilrich. I tell you what, we had one of those great posters in the kids' room at home with the life-size shot of Gene. He just about cleared the ceiling. Great stuff. The kids kind of grew up with him in their room. 258-6910, the number to call. We are getting down to the last 40 minutes or so here right now. We're making some progress, but you need to call now. I remind you, if you're already a season ticket holder, being a valued soccer fan, as I'm sure you are, if you have been a season ticket holder, don't call tonight. You'll be getting a reminder. There'll be reminders in the newspaper. You'll get mailings. Just sit tight on that tonight. We're looking for new season tickets tonight. We're making some great progress. A new total right now, 3,100. 3,100 season tickets right now. Great job, but you need to call right away. Let's go back over right now to Randy Hahn. Randy?
All right, thank you, Mark. And the total continues to climb here. You can hear the phones ring, but that doesn't mean they're all full. We have lots of lines here tonight, lots of players to take your calls. Give us a call right now at 258-6910, 258-6910, and just $25 will secure a season ticket for you for this coming 1991-92 Major Soccer League season. Well, joining me now is the gentleman who you just saw in that video. He was for 7 years of San Diego Soccer. He collected 5 championship rings. He was a great outdoor star and a great indoor star. The one and only Gene Wilrich. Welcome back, Gene. Good to see you again. Good to see you, Gene. What have you been up to the last few years?
Oh, life is tough, I tell you. I'm lately and try to be outside in the community, help maybe team progress more, do some more stuff for the youth these days. It's very difficult to make a living from that. Right now I'm up in Penasquito and I try to get 6-7 teams going, and overall, but it takes time maybe to help more the community in soccer, but it takes the time, it takes a long time.
Now you finished your career in Wichita. You were of course a longtime San Diego Soccer and had an opportunity to go there and play out the last couple of years, but you always kept your home here, right?
This is my home. In the beginning it was very tough to leave San Diego. After 10 years, whatever, I play here, and all of a sudden you leave for the salary cap. I was a little bit heartbroken. When you go to another team, to a new city, it's not the same. All the guys who I've been around with for 10 years, you enjoy and you know everybody. We're not selfish players. We go on the field and we won championship. In other teams, they want to coach you sometimes too much. We achieved something for San Diego very good. And I hope tonight this continue to go up. When this franchise goes out, then there must be something wrong with San Diego.
Gene, I'm wondering what you miss the most. And I know you love playing a lot. You hardly ever missed games. You were like Brian Quinn and so many of the Sockers who were there every night. You played hurt. There were little injuries once in a while, but you came out there and did your job. But I have a feeling the thing that you probably miss most is the guys, being around the players, traveling together, and practicing together, having fun.
You have a lot of, when you go on the road, being with the guys, you have a lot of fun and joke around. You stay loose. Other teams sometimes they take it they're too serious. So soccer is still a fun game. Kids should enjoy playing. You have to have discipline, but not really that sharp discipline. You have to have fun. You have to make practical jokes. And we always up to our jokes. So that was the fun. When you go on the road trip, everybody was laughing and be funny, you know. So we have a lot of fun.
And you got to play little cards too.
We lose a lot of money too.
I know some of the great card games we used to have. Myself, you, Juan Hermes, and of course the late Kaz Dana. Obviously a tragic thing that happened to Kazi, but you know, as and we really should take an opportunity in this program to talk a little bit about Kaz Dana, who I know you were very close to. Just a great guy, and we had a lot of fun over the years with Kazi.
I mean, brilliant soccer player. Unfortunately, he had a tragic accident. It's just sad not to see him out here. Brilliant guy, always up with jokes. I have some fun memories, so I don't forget the guys. Unfortunately, you come to a point too, when you're getting older, your mind is still there, but your body don't want to react to it. When we play with a couple of guys outside in the facility, it's like you want, but your body don't want to respond. So it's tough. It's just say that Kaz is no more around, and tonight I see a lot of guys here, so I give them a hand to come out and do that. And this city is great to get that done tonight.
You bet. Gene, you know, you haven't played for a few years now, and you were here from the very beginning, but I know that you know that the tradition that the players like yourself, Volkmar Gross, Lawrence Hilkes, who's here, Eric Geyer, the players who were here from the very beginning, the tradition of winning, that continues right through now, and also the tradition of having fun, because the players today to this very day still talk about guys like you and the fun you had, and they carry it on today.
Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of... This is what is good about San Diego. When San Diego was coming to Wichita, and Sultan Todd, I mentioned a name, he goes to the buffet, and there was a seafood buffet. Julie was getting the whole luggage full of shrimp and put it in his bed.
In his bed?
Yeah, and you know, in the hotel room. I mean, we have some funny times.
Yeah, we have some other funny times that we can't even talk about on TV, unfortunately. Gene, of course, cheesy to Sockers fans everywhere. Thanks for being with us. Now, you got to give me one, because that's your trademark word. If the Sockers go to 4,000 tickets tonight, what would that be?
Unbelievable.
All right, Gene Woolrich, everybody, former Sockers great, joining us here on the San Diego Cable Sports Network. Speaking of the tote board and our totals, let's go back and find out if we've got a new number. Gentlemen?
We have a brand new number. Gary Kelly back here. Now, you've got some information we want to get to, but we have a new number. We've moved up to 3,250. Whoa! Yeah, brother. Woo! We got just about 32 minutes left here, so you need to call that number right now on your screen, 258-6910. Cash or check, Visa, MasterCard, Discover, thanks to Michael Maroney of Escondido. 3 season ticket commitments for the Sockers. Joe and Marilyn Belcher of San Diego, 2 tickets. Gail Marsh of La Mesa, 2 tickets. Again, you can be part of this with just $25 to hold your ticket tonight. 258-6910. And Gary, you had a challenge a little bit earlier. You had a little thing
you look
cooking.
much taller on television.
Thank you
look
very
great.
much.
Yes.
I'm wearing my elevator socks.
About 15 minutes ago, I did a challenge saying the first person to buy a corporate package, at least 8 tickets or more, we are going to put you on the Pride of San Diego, the B100 Party Cruise this coming Wednesday night, and it took a heartbeat. Congratulations to Linda of Dan Boyer Construction. They purchased 8 tickets for the upcoming season. Let's hear it. 8 tickets. All right. And they're going to bring 20 of their friends on the cruise. I understand somebody else just purchased. So again, if you would like to purchase at least 8 tickets, we'll take you cruising with us on the Pride of San Diego. Call the number right now, 258-6910. And if I could I do one more quick one?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Gary's brought his laundry with him tonight.
This is a collector's item. This is from the 1990 season, brand new, never worn. I've had this in the closet, saving this for this very moment. The first person to call and purchase 2 tickets, I'm going to give you the shirt. I hope you're a medium.
258-6910. Okay, Gary is running to the phones now, and that's where we're going to go right now. Tom Blair, the San Diego Union, the famed 3-dot columnist. Tom?
Well, they asked for one Tom Blair, and we decided to give you stereo tonight. We brought another Tom Blair to join me in welcoming you and asking you to join us in doing what we all want to do to keep a champion in this city. Actually, the reason I brought this fellow along is that I'm just barely old enough to have missed soccer as a youth sport, but both of my children have grown up with it. My son Tom here, my daughter Amy have been playing for 9 and 11 years, respectively. It's been an important part of our family life through all those years. The youth soccer leagues have, and also it's been an important part of our lives to attend the soccer games and to enjoy soccer with our children. So Tom is, as I said, one of the reasons I'm here. My daughter Amy is another, and a third reason I'm here is because I see all these people working so hard to keep the championship soccers in San Diego, and I wanted to work with them a little bit tonight. Some of the soccers you see here behind me and in front of me are present Sockers champions who are still playing for the Sockers. A few of them are no longer with the Sockers, and that's an important point too. I think they certainly have nothing to gain. They're not trying to save a job for themselves here. They're trying to save a team for the city. And one of the former Sockers, who holds 3 championship rings, is right in front of me here. A fellow by the name of George Catacletus, who's going to get off the phone and talk with us a little bit. George, maybe you'd like to expand a little bit on what I've said and tell the folks why we're here and why you're here, since you're no longer a soccer. You're just a soccer fan, right?
That's right. I am a soccer fan. I've got established in the community. I have a family here. I have 2 young children, and basically what it is that we're trying to save something. It's part of the community. There's tons and tons of kids. If I were to say over 100,000 involved in youth soccer, you'd be shocked. But it's a very true number. I know I saw this little guy here. Well, he's not so little anymore, playing in alleys, as I remember. But we're all involved in soccer. It's part of our lives. We'd like to contribute as much as possible to the community, and this is a great way to do it. And
apart from contributing great entertainment to us at the sports arena, the Sockers give a lot back to the community. Tom and I and my wife Wendy and my daughter Amy met George for the first time at another fundraiser. Like many Sockers, he was out in the community trying to help others, help to build a theater in the gas lamp, and we got to know George a few years ago there, and we feel very lucky to have met him. Now, I don't really have to tell you any more about why we're here. The board over here tells us that you know it. For 2.5 hours now, you all have been ordering your season tickets. We're up to we're pretty close to 3,300 season tickets now, but I'm still going to ask you to order a few more, and I'm going to tell you right now a way to get some tickets. I'm getting a weird signal here. I'm being told something's going on over here. But I'm going to tell you about a way to order some tickets. If you order 8 season tickets, you can receive this plaque, and I'm going to sort of read this to you. The next viewer who calls in, deposits for 8 season tickets, is going to receive this beautiful handcrafted solid oak plaque featuring one of the present Sockers, photograph of Kevin Crowe. The plaque is courtesy of McFann's Woodworks in Santee, and you can meet Kevin and get his autograph tomorrow at the Rookie Sports Card Show from 5 to 9 p.m. at the Scottish Rite Center. This is a great plaque for any collector, and it goes to the next caller who buys 8 season tickets. And now I think I'm going to send this back to, am I going to send it back to Ron? Going to send it back to Mark. Hey, Mark. Oh, Marky. You're on.
We're busy chatting over. Hi there. Just talking amongst ourselves here. Thank you, Tom, and we'll be looking for your column tomorrow. you're in tomorrow in the San Diego Union, that front page of the local section.
Of course, you can hear him on K-pop, too.
You can hear him.
He's on K-pop. My mom listens to him.
Tom Blair is so committed he'll be working door to door on the way home tonight. At any rate, we are up to 3,250 here. That's where we've been. We could probably color in one more little hole here right now. You know, if there's one thing that you think about with the Sockers, one of the exciting things, actually two exciting things. Ron Newman talking to the players during a game in low modulated tones, calm, cool, collected. You look forward to that. And it's kind of weird, but every year you look forward to the team. You're wondering if the team's going to be back here again next year. We've had a lot of seasons where you say, well, is the league there? Is this happening? Is the team here? Unfortunately, this year, it's really life or death for the Sockers, and that's why we need your help tonight. If you've ever thought, gee, San Diego's a great city, as of course it is, but you've been the type of folks who say, gee, we don't have an NBA team or we don't have an NHL team. What does it say about the city? Last thing you need to do is lose a team that has won 9 out of 10 championships.
Yeah, and if I might add one thing, with the Padres and with the Chargers, excuse me, have you heard this before? Well, wait till next year. You never hear it with your 9-time indoor champion, San Diego
That's right.
Sockers.
So call now. We are going to be out of time here at 9 o'clock. Now is the time to call, 258-6910. Back to Randy.
All right, thank you, guys. It's getting exciting, and we still have about a half hour left, so let's really make a push here for the final half hour before 9 o'clock and try and reach that goal. Let's get over the 3,500 plateau for sure and on our way to 4,000, and I'm sure it'll be well over that by the time the season starts in the fall of 1991. Again, if you're not aware, the season has been cut back. There's only 40 games this year, so that means that there will be 20 home games, and the Sockers will have most of them on either Friday nights, Saturday nights, or Sunday evenings. So if you have youngsters and you're worried about, you know, 5-by season tickets, I'm not going to be able to go out on a Wednesday or a Thursday night. Don't worry, there's not going to be that many games on those kind of nights, if at all. They're primarily going to be weekends, and it's a great family night out, and it's a very economical entertainment value for sports fans in Southern California. So give us a call right now at 258-6910. A couple of the players there don't have phones in their hands, so let's get them busy and working right now. You know, one of the things the Sockers went out and did before this past season is they went out to the other teams, some of whom Gary just alluded to, the Chargers and the Padres, and some of the media personalities around San Diego, and asked them to help out in the campaign to sell tickets for last season. It was called the Get Up and Go campaign. We put some of those commercials together for you tonight. Let's take a look at them right now.
Looking for wild action and lots of scoring. San Diego Sockers at the Sports Arena.
Okay, pretty good. That's all right.
Looking for wild action and lots of scoring. Sockers at the San Diego Sports Arena.
Pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah. Stop tape for a second. Keep looking.
Looking for wild action and lots of scoring. San Diego Sockers at the Sports Arena. Nah,
Okay.
still serious.
Still going off at the end.
Yeah.
Sure, keep rolling. We're going to get it now. Here we go.
Looking for wild action and lots of scoring. Sockers at the San Diego Sports Arena.
All right. Best one yet. Okay, we're getting there. No. Okay, roll the tape. Here we go. I'm going to count you down. Okay. 5. Here we go. 5, please. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Looking for a night out on the town? May I suggest our games at the Sports Arena?
Speed. Okay, here we go. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Looking for a night out on the town? May I suggest our games at the Sports Arena?
Stop tape. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Looking for a night out in the town? May I suggest our games at the Sports Arena?
Okay, well, you're looking away here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Looking for a night out in the town? May I suggest our games at the Sports Arena? What did he do? What did he do? What did he do?
Smiling faces couldn't be happier. Here we go. Roll on tape. Here we go. 5, 4. Get excited now. 3, 2, 1.
Come on, have a good time with us. It's family fun at the Sports Arena.
That's good. That was good right off the bat. We'll do it again. That's it. Pump up. Now we're doing it.
Pump it up, baby.
Pump it up.
Well done, Sean. Yes, be nice that.
Here we go.
Hey, kids.
The lights are flashing. Here we go. Rolling. Position. Back to position, please. There we go. Back in there.
Yeah, we are.
All right.
Oh, we need a little bit more of an immediate response after he says arena, okay? More like we just scored, how you... Yeah.
At the Sports Arena.
On the Sports Arena.
Smiling and enjoying the
great. Looking at the crowd, you enjoy it. Everybody's having fun.
Why don't you jump?
Here we go. Get together. Here we go. 5, 4. Start getting excited now. 3, 2, 1.
Come on, have a good time with us. It's family fun at the sports arena.
Again. Rolling.
Still rolling? Faster on arena. Got to be faster with the chair.
Here we go. Rolling still. Right? Yep. Okay, here we go. 5, 4, 3. Get excited. 2, 1.
Come on, have a good time with us. It's Sam.
That's all right. Now you got that one. Here we go.
It's fast.
It's Okay.
There we go. Everybody back in. A little tighter in there. There we go. 5, 4, 3. Get excited now. 2, 1.
Come on, have a good time with us. It's family fun at the sports arena.
You ready? Rolling. Tape. Are they rolling? Yeah. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hola, soy Rodrigo Castro, delantero de los San Diego Sockers, y los invito a que nos vengan a ver en la Sports Arena.
Okay, that's good. That's good. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Indoor soccer es rápido, divertido y lleno de acción. Levántense y vengan. What is he laughing about?
Off the jump for one or something.
Get up and go.
Looking for wild action, lots of scoring? San Diego Soccer's at the sports arena.
Get up and go.
Looking for a night out in the town? We actually just our games at the sports arena.
Get up and go.
Come on, have a good time with us. It's family fun at the sports arena.
It's opening weekend, November 2nd against the St. Louis Storm, November 4th against the Cleveland Crunch. Friday, all fans get a Sockers fan kit from JCPenney. Tickets for opening weekend are on sale now at the Sports Arena box office. All Ticketmaster locations are called 278-TIXS.
Hello, Ron Newman here, coach of the San Diego Sockers. And right now is a marvellous time to dill on a Bannigan. It's incredibly roomy and is available with air conditioning, automatic transmissions, and an array of other options. So why don't you pop down to your San Diego County Volkswagen dealer and make a bloody good deal on a Bannigan. You'll be surprised at what you can get out of it. I certainly am. Me too. And me.
See your San Diego County Volkswagen dealers.
Okay, we go.
Yeah, let me start the thing. There you go. You get the bookends on the end and the front row.
Right.
Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I got a wonderful feeling. Everything's going my way.
That's got to be a good one.
That's it.
We are back live in our studios here at the San Diego Cable Sports Network. Got about 21 minutes left in our Save Our Sockers Telethon. Trying to reach our goal here of 3,500 season tickets tonight and start the season with 4,000, and we're looking really good, and we're going to check the tote board in just a minute. Give us a call right now. We have some lines open at 258-6910. 258-6910. We'll take Visa. We'll take MasterCard. We'll take Discover Card. Cash, check, anything of value that you have on your body, we'll take it tonight. We promised to bring you some surprise guests tonight. We're going to go way, way back in soccer's history now to 1981-82 indoor season, and even before that when he played outdoors for the San Diego Sockers. He was an international world star for Haiti in 1974. The Haitian sensation joins us live from Midland, Texas, Manu Sanon. Hello, Manu.
Hi, Wendy. How are you?
I'm very good. How are you? It's great to hear from you again.
I'm just fine.
What are you doing out there in Texas?
I'm coaching here. I'm the head coach of the club. We have 10 teams, and I'm the head coach.
Well, Texas, that's a hotbed for youth soccer.
Yes.
Great. Manu, tell us a little bit about some of your memories of the San Diego Sockers.
Oh, I will always remember my first game with the Sockers against Atlanta. Oh, the people of San Diego welcomed me that day. I will never forget that.
Manu, what about the indoor game? You've just played the one indoor season in 81-82. What about that?
My first indoor game was very, surprising to me because I have always played outdoors. And when one told me he would like me to play indoor, I told him, I'm never used to that and I will try. And after my first game, I fell in love with it.
Manu, it's an exciting time for soccer right now. Not only the San Diego Sockers and the indoor league, but the World Cup is coming up around the corner. Of course, you are a great international star. You must be excited about that for the United States, too.
Oh, that's going to be a big thing for soccer in this country, and I hope all the people in the United States behind the World Cup that's going to be here in 1994. I'm looking forward to that.
Manu, it's great to hear your voice again. I know the Sockers fans that go back to the 1970s and early 1980s remember you very well and the great things you did on the field as a San Diego Soccer and also all your contributions off the field. Thanks very much for being with us on our Save Our Sockers Telethon tonight.
Thank you, Wendy.
All right, Manu Sanon with us live from Midland, Texas. Let's go back to the tote board now and see if we've got a new total, guys.
We do have a new total right now. 3,350 tickets. We're humming. We got to get at least to here, and beyond there will be a little bit of gravy tonight, but we hope to make it to 4,000. So if you can help us out, now's the time to call. We're under 20 minutes left. 258-6910. Ron Newman, come on in here. Come on in, mate. The coach is back. He's straightened his tie now, but the man has not had sleep since 1987. Let's go through a couple of the pledges we've got right here.
Lawrence LaHaye from Escondido. Dan Kilgore from Escondido. Gay Ziegenmeyer from Valley Center. Thank you very much.
4 tickets there. A lot of these making pledges for 2, 3, 4 tickets. I guess the biggest one we have so far is 10 tickets from any one caller.
10 for one. Can we beat 10? See if there's anybody out there can beat 10. We've had 10. That's the highest tonight from one person and one phone call.
Great incentives around the office for a corporation. You have a little mini company picnic every home game.
That's right. And we are, I think, the best price in town for season tickets, without a doubt. Cynthia Gaines from El Cajon, thank you very much. Thornton Flowers from Encinitas, thank you. Randy Trainhouse.
I had to throw in one you couldn't pronounce again, Ron. That's okay.
Did. Giant Egan, San Diego, 2 tickets. Patrick Sutton, 6 tickets from
All
San
right,
Diego.
6 tickets. See,
Thank
we're already
you,
getting up there.
Patrick.
All right, thanks, Coach. Back to the phones there. Make your call right now. Let's go back over to Randy Hahn and see what's going on over there.
Playing the part of
let's
Randy
not go
Hahn
there.
is Gary Kelly.
They were pointing over there, Gary.
That's okay. That's okay. We've
glare
got about
from Johnny
15 minutes left, so please pick up the phone and call. In fact, I'll make a pledge right now. Excuse me. Let me come out into your television set. I will guarantee that if you'll buy tickets for this upcoming season, Bronco Segota will play 10 games in a row without getting hurt. You hear that? Bronco Segota will play 10 games in a row without getting hurt. Call right now, 258-6910. Now, I'll stand over here next to our Hank Bauer lookalike. This is Johnny. He's the locker room attendant with the Sockers. You've been with the club 13 years. You're the guy that handles the balls.
Yes, sir.
And you've got some donations and people that are buying some tickets. And what are their names? Johnny, take it away.
The French Shop, La Jolla. Eric Fletcher, San Diego. Gilbert Mendoza, 2 seats.
And those 2 seats right now are only costing $25 per piece, per ticket, per deposit. So $50 deposit will guarantee those seats for the upcoming season. Johnny, congratulations on another incredible year. 9 indoor championships. How does it feel?
Very good. I don't have the 10th finger, though.
Hey, I love your accent. Let me hear you say, beam me up, Scotty.
Beam me up, Scotty.
All right, now we'll toss it over to Randy Hahn.
All right, thank you, Gary. You know, we were talking about the World Cup coming to the United States in 1994. That is going to be a huge event. Talking already now about selling out every one of the games in the United States, and that wouldn't be a shock. You know, some of the crowds lately that have come out to see outdoor soccer in the United States, 52,000 a couple of weeks ago in Boston to see the United States play Ireland. Another 35,000 in New Haven, Connecticut to see the United States play Juventus last Saturday. And this Sunday, the United States will play AC Milan, one of the top teams from the Italian First Division. That will be at Soldier Field in Chicago. They're expecting a big crowd there of 40,000. And no less than 3 players in that game will have ties to the San Diego Sockers. 1 current Socker, Brian Quinn, will play in that game. And 2 former Sockers, Fernando Clavillo and Hugo Perez, both members now of the U.S. national team, and they'll be in action on Sunday afternoon against AC Milan in Chicago. And joining us now live from Chicago, where they're celebrating something else tonight, is Brian Quinn of the San Diego Sockers. Hi, Quinny, how you doing?
Good, Randy. We're just finished practicing. We're just relaxing here, and we hear everything's going really well there.
Well, it is. I guess there's Bulls fever out there.
Yeah, there's a bit of soccer fever back in San Diego, hopefully.
Yeah, there certainly is. Brian, tell us about the World Cup and what's going on with your opportunity to play for the national team.
Thanks, Randy. For myself, it's just a matter of taking this opportunity as far as it will go. You know, I don't know what the plans are next year, the year after, and I just want to pursue the outdoor scene for as long as I can, and it's a wonderful opportunity for me. And hopefully I'll play for as long as I can.
Brian, I saw the game in Boston against Ireland. What a tremendous crowd. And what a great performance by the United States. I think you guys opened up a lot of eyes. And you looked like you were right back to your outdoor legs there, at least for about, 70 minutes.
Yeah, it was a special game, obviously, for me, Randy, but I think that what we're doing with this team is it's kind of like a mission we're on, where everyone has to try and rally around the coach and get things going, and we got to believe, and if we don't believe, then we're not going to go anywhere. And that's the kind of attitude we got to take, and I think if we do that, we're going to get some good results.
Well, Brian, we're on a mission here tonight, and at last count, we were at 3,350 season ticket pledges. You've got to be very excited about the way things are going as far as the prospects for next season.
It's great, Randy. You know, I think that over the years, we've had a lot of people who have made sacrifices, and throughout the team, the owners and the players, and I think now is the time for the community to maybe to come to our help and show that their support for San Diego Soccer, if there's going to be soccer there. I mean, I've made my home there, and I'd love to stay there, and hopefully we can make it work.
You got some of your other friends there?
Yeah, Fernando Clavillo was listening in here, and he'd like to say a few words.
Why don't you put the Roadrunner on there?
Hi, Randy. How you doing?
Hi, hello, Fernando Clavillo joining us now. Of course, all-star defender for the St. Louis Storm, former San Diego Soccer. Great to talk to you again, Fernando. And you've got to be excited about what's going on with the national team now and a chance to play with your former teammates here in San Diego.
Well, you know, always good to play always with the national team, Randy. And like you just say, you know, it's a thrill and a dream come true. At my age, I don't know how long I'm going to be able to last, but I'm enjoying every single moment right now and having a good time. I'm really enjoying playing the games. And, you know, when I find out what's going on in San Diego, I say, oh, I want to be part of that. I cannot see the MSL without San Diego, so I think I have a lot of, you know, good people in San Diego, the fans. I think they're one of the best fans in the United States, so I know that San Diego is going to be supported by the fans. I have no question about that.
Fernando, lots of us will be watching you on Sunday. I'll be fortunate enough to be there in person, so I'll hopefully see you at Soldier Field, and go beat those Italians.
Definitely we will do that for sure, Randy. Right. And good luck to everybody in San Diego, and hopefully we'll see San Diego Soccer next year. Not as a champion, but playing our game in the league.
Okay, well, maybe we can figure out some way to play St. Louis in the finals this time.
We'll try to do that.
Fernando, have you got Hugo Perez there?
Yeah, right now here in the line.
Okay. Hello,
Thank
Hugo.
You,
Hello, is Hugo there?
Yeah, how you doing, Randy?
Hello, Hugo. Hugo Perez, San Diego Soccer's former midfielder, now with the national team as well, joining us live from Chicago. Good to talk to you again, and must be fun having some of the old guys around you again.
Yeah, it is. You know, Fernando and Queenie, you know, I've known them for a long time. We had good times in San Diego. So I'm very happy that these guys are here with the national team.
Hugo, how was your experience over in Europe? You were over there for a couple of years after you left San Diego.
It was pretty good. I mean, I enjoyed it. I learned a lot of things. You know, I always wanted to play out there, as you know. And when I left San Diego, it was sad because, you know, I had my house there and everything, and I was happy and everything. But, you know, I wanted to pursue something else. So, but it was okay, you know. It's been a good experience the last 2 years playing over there.
Hugo, we are going to break away here. We have a new total on our tote board, and we're up to 3,500 season tickets. Thanks for joining us, and we hope to see you with the national team and leading up to the World Cup. And good luck to all you guys on Sunday.
All right, thank you. Good luck to you guys, too.
Hugo Perez, Fernando Clavillo, and Brian Quinn joining us. Let's go back to the tote board now, and Mark and Roy.
As you can see, Randy is coloring this in now, an all-around guy doing a great. He loves this, pointing this out. Years of watching Sesame Street, and now this.
He's running out of ink, which is a great sign because that means that we've just kept it going and going. 3,500.
You need to stress that this phone will be people will be on the phones all night long. That's the main thing that we're stressing.
Okay. There we are now. Yes, our subtle prompting is happening now. We were just told.
How's that for a cue?
We were just told that Coach Newman is not wearing any pants right now. And no, we're just,
and we've sold his jacket. His jacket is gone.
We look like the Letterman or the Lennon sisters here. One of the
talking
other.
The double-breasted guys from KFMB and B100.
The important thing is that we set a goal of 3,500 season ticket commitments tonight. As you can see now, whatever Randy has done coloring this in, which could be after we go off the air at 9 o'clock, that we want to go beyond that. The goal was to get to that tonight. and then have 4,000 season ticket commitments. Hi there. Before
that's you. We're talking to you.
FMB radio guys. I'm not using this red light thing, which is probably communistic.
A reminder again, you can continue to call after 9 o'clock tonight at these numbers, at the same number that you've been calling, 258-6910, or tomorrow call the Soccer's office if you like what you've seen tonight and like the enthusiasm, the support that you've seen.
Right.
Call us tomorrow morning, 224-4625, or certainly there's still plenty of time tonight. Don't worry, after we go off the air at 9 o'clock, the phones continue. The operators standing by. These are professionals. They know exactly what they're doing, and you've been keeping them busy all night. We thank you, San Diego. 258-6910 is the phone number to call. Keep it going, and tomorrow at the Soccer's office, we hope to hear from you there as well. Back again now to Randy Hahn.
Randy now. We're professionals. We can
knock it off. Randy Hahn's turn.
Yeah.
All right, well, we still have about 10 minutes left here on the Save Our Soccer's telethon, and want to keep taking those calls. As the guys mentioned, just because we're going to go off the air at 9 o'clock doesn't mean you have to stop calling in your pledges. You may just be getting in now and may have some things to do before you have a chance to get to the phone. Write the phone number down, 258-6910, 258-6910. And again, the Soccer's number at their offices is 224-4625, 224-GOAL. Obviously, this is very important. The Soccer's wouldn't be doing this. And quite honestly, this is something that is unusual. It's not something that professional sports teams usually have to do. This is a unique situation, and people often forget that really this sport of indoor soccer is something so new. You know, they have to compete in the same market for fans, for advertisers, as the Chargers do, as the Padres do, in other cities as NBA franchises do, as hockey teams do. And many of those leagues have been around 50, 60, 70, 80 years. They have long traditions. They have a lot of financial ties to corporations and companies. Indoor soccer's brand new. Look, the Soccers have been around only 11 years and they've won 9 championships. It's really still in its infancy. This is something that's necessary this time around. We want to thank everybody for the response and the way you have responded to this really this plea for season ticket commitments for next year, and obviously it's been very successful so far tonight. We don't want you to stop now. There's some phones that aren't ringing. I don't hear any ringing right now. 258-6910. Let's really make a push here for the last 10 minutes before we go off the air at 9 o'clock. And let's go back to the tote board.
We have moved ahead here. As you can see behind Roy here, 3,550. We're beyond our goal for tonight. You can do your part now, 258-6910. Help keep the Soccers here in town. San Diego has been proud of the Soccers. A lot of people need to see what the Soccers are all about. Trust us. If you haven't seen the Soccers, call now. Make your $25 pledge. A great Father's Day gift to tell Dad that you picked up tickets for the whole family. And it's on his Visa, MasterCard, or Discover. Whatever works out for you. MJ Enterprises of San Diego, 2 season ticket commitments. Bob Inseth, San Diego, 2 season ticket commitments. These are new commitments tonight. If you are an existing season ticket holder, you'll get renewal information in your paper later on. You can call 224-GOAL. That's 224-4625 during the week. Talk to the folks at the Soccer's office, or our lines will remain open tonight after 9 o'clock.
That's true. And again, that number 258-6910. Stephen Daly of San Diego, good for 1 season ticket. He needs a guest, so call Stephen Daly and tell him you'll come with him. And then call 258-6910. We'll set him up on the air. Why not? Robert Culmer of San Diego, also good for 2 season tickets. Thanks, Robert. We appreciate that. Kim Batista and Dave Tweddle. They'll make a lovely couple. We'll see them down there at the arena in November. 2 season tickets tonight. Again, a $25 deposit. All we ask. The Soccer's office tomorrow at 224-GOAL or 258-6910 tonight. Garrett Kelly.
Yes, with the winningest coach in North American soccer history, Mr. Ron Newman. Somebody just purchased 8 tickets. What's his name?
Herman Duarte gets the Kevin Crowe plaque. He got 8 tickets. He's the first one to call in. Well done. Now, the only thing we haven't got is we still need a new owner. If there's anybody out there who'd like to be part of this wonderful, wonderful club, and they've got the cash, the money, anything they like.
On your Visa, MasterCard. It's okay. Call now.
That's right, but we are. I do have one call here from a gentleman that called up and was answered here, and he said this gentleman wants to buy the club. He'll get a call first thing in the morning.
Get him on the phone. Another incentive, a free weekend for 2 in Las Vegas, including airfare, hotel, great accommodations worth over $300, compliments of Regency Travel. If you'd like to purchase at least 10 tickets right now, please call the number on the screen, 258-6910. And thank you for your help.
We want to thank all the people who've helped us out today, certainly all you for your calls. Hudson and Bauer this morning with the big run up in front of the KFMB studios.
Drive-through call-in for the KFMB Quarter for Kids. It was fantastic. We appreciate your support both this morning and tonight here at the Telethon.
258-6910. A few minutes before we go off the air here on the Cable Sports Network, and you know which network you're watching, whether it's Cox or Southwestern, all the smart thinking cable companies have us on tonight.
Thanks very much to the Cable Sports Network and Bob Moran for putting us on tonight. It was fantastic to be here. The reaction, the response that we've seen in the last 3 hours.
Listen,
when we were talking about this last
ringing.
Week, they continue to go. They've been like this since 6 o'clock tonight, which has just been incredible. We have you to thank, San Diego, but when we talked about this last week, we really didn't think it was going to be anything like this. It's been incredible enthusiasm, as we know it will be for the team, going for number 10 at the arena starting in November. We look forward to seeing you down there.
Tell you what, you call right now. Call that number on your screen. Again, you can call up till 10 o'clock. If you've got time right now, there's the last few moments when you'll see the number on your screen, so scribble it down.
Mention this guy's name.
Steve Bruner, Lemon Grove, a couple of tickets. Bill and Dorothy Cook.
36. Unbelievable.
Hopefully that will show the commitment that we can get the ownership commitment and have a season next year and go on to go after the 10th championship for indoor soccer. Oh, the wave is starting now. Soccer 258-6910.
And again, tomorrow morning at the Soccer's office, it's 224-4625, 224 a goal. All the players still here taking your phone calls in studio until about 10 o'clock tonight. And they could probably hear your pledge over all this craziness that's going on to our left here. 258-6910, a $25 commitment, $25 deposit. Get you season tickets for all 20 home games next season. Coach, some final thoughts here before we go on.
I just want to say thank you to San Diego. Thank you to all you wonderful gentlemen who have made all this possible. You're absolutely marvelous.
Hey, you're a gentleman and a scholar, and all you've done with all the different members you've had on this team all these years, you deserve a lot better than what you're getting right now. And all of us in San Diego love you and the Sockers, and there is going to be a next year thanks to people like you.
You betcha.
Come on, San Diego. Last opportunity to help us out. Even though we're off the air, please keep those phones ringing. In fact, a great idea is call someone you know and say, hey, I just bought a ticket. Get them to buy a ticket and support our San Diego Soccer.
258-6910. Thanks very much, San Diego. We appreciate your support of the Sockers. We'll see you in November.
Phone lines.
Yeah. Take care. Bye-bye.